Niners! Happy Easter, fam! Was it a good day? You know, I don't know if you had dinner and the folks invited friends over and family, and did you? You know, if anything, Easter Sunday should not be a day to troll. You don't need to come over to people's houses wearing your Raider colors and your Cowboy colors, right? Is that something or what? Boy, can't get no rest. You know what though? I took the high road. Everybody was proud of me. I'm glad that's all things like I'm glad you didn't start showing out with folks because they came in here wearing a uniform or a shirt or hat that wasn't something you could appreciate. I said, no, I'm good, you know, because I'm going to beat their ass later on, come season time. A Cowboys fan. I didn't even know about it, but he's like related to, he was a friend of somebody else's. Like, come walking in with a Cowboy, you're in the wrong place, ain't you? And Raider fans, I'm used to that. Raider fans don't have anything to stand on, though, so it's a good thing. They can't bother you. Enough of a day that was unnecessary. Build back better summer coming up. Several 49 players will need good off seasons for team success to continue in 2024. Because every team is getting better. And if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. That's not a joke. That's true. Because other teams are going to do everything they can to stop you. Teams are going to build in order to accommodate what it'll take to stop the 49ers, to stop the Chiefs, to stop every team that was in the playoffs. They're the targets. We're the ones with the targets on our back all season long. Those are teams. Teams are going to come in playing way over their head, playing real tough. So you got to be ready for that. And 49ers, this is one of my concerns. And let me get to that. Niners linebacker duo Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, judged by many as the best in the game because of the synergy that explodes from them on every defensive snap. Fred and Dre get after it. And that's what makes them who they are. Danny Gray is that speedster that has been needed ever since Marquis Goodwin left San Francisco. And we're still looking for that speedster ever since Marquis left. Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. Now, but imagine, fam, an entire offseason for him to work on his game instead of having to rehab all offseason long. See, this is what people don't understand when they keep talking about and making judgments about Brock Purdy. I get tired of drawing out. Look, man, Brock Purdy hasn't even played a full NFL season. Brock Purdy was rehabbing all summer long. Brock Purdy still puts numbers up better than your quarterback. So how you going to do? What are you talking about? So I want to see what Brock looks like. He's dedicated to that cause. He got married and everything. He's all dialed in. And how about Drake Jackson? Drake has his work cut out for him. The 49ers went and got some other people. That wasn't just to go get him, Drake. What you gonna do, man? You got Drake Jackson's there's gonna be an issue with him making the team this year. Really is. So we're going to the phones for take on your Niners currently on the roster that we'll have to work on on an offseason. And I'm telling you, this year, you're going to have to work out in Christian McCaffrey fashion, man. You know how McCaffrey works out. McCaffrey's one of them dudes that looks, Marines would be scared to work out with Christian McCaffrey. That's what's going to be in order for the Niners to remain one of the NFL best. That's what it's going to take from a few people that could be dragging butt. We can't have anybody dragging ass on this team coming up this year because everybody's coming back to 49ers now because they're probably thinking 49ers are getting tired. They're getting weak. We get that butt now. You got teams like the Lions are looking for us. Green Bay already said, y'all got away from us. Look out for Tony's Atlanta Falcons. They're already predicted to win the NFC South. Uh-oh. Welcome to the party, pal. It's going to be rough this year, fam. Hey, players, you know what? But, players from the Niners Wall of Fame still believe championships are won in the offseason. Super Bowls are won and championships completed during the season, but one cannot come before the other. But It is the work that takes place in the offseason that puts a team over the edge. And when you see bust-ass workouts, see Christian McCaffrey. Jerry Rice as well broke one record after another during the season, but it was them. What won't kill you will make you stronger workouts. He endured with an unyielding attitude in the offseason that made him invincible, family. Nobody could deal with Rice. And for the 90 kids that don't know, Jerry's legendary workout took place on a mountain so treacherous, it was just called the Hill. A steep hill. It was in Edgewood County Park, a natural preserve that is 2.5 miles long. All right? When you run a straight, flat ground at 2.5 miles, it wears you out. Rice is running uphill. Wait, witnesses are recorded saying they watched in awe. Jerry would sprint. I still don't believe it. Would sprint across the hill every day during the offseason to improve his abilities. Come on, man. Y'all must have thought he was sprinting. Jerry was moving fast. He wasn't sprinting on 2.5 miles. But you know what? No matter what speed you run 2.5 miles that uphill, it's a job. Oh, man. But he did that to improve his abilities. That's what it takes. Champions, their credo is don't ever let anybody outwork you. That's the way they think. And so they're out there doing things that ain't nobody can come close to doing. You know what I'd love to see, though, fam? I would love to see Jerry, CMC, and Kobe Bryant all in their prime work out together to see which one would be able to endure beyond the other one, make the other one wave the white flag. Because all three of them are out of their friggin' minds. When it comes to training, savage. I love that kind of commitment, though. Remember Harbaugh's first season with the 49ers in 2011? There was a lockout in the NFL, and Harbaugh was unable to meet with his players. It was an impossible situation for a new coach to come into to begin with. But to the rescue, men of character. Quarterback Alex Smith, DT extraordinaire Justin Smith, who rounded up the players and put on the work themselves. They put that work out on themselves, went out there, just go, guys. If you thought you could kick back and relax, this is lockout, another thing coming. You're going to be a 49er? Get your ass up and let's go. That team did fail to win a championship, fam. But they went way farther in the playoffs than anyone anticipated. You know what happened the year after that. You can't keep a good man down, fam. And partly because of Harbaugh and his staff, but partly because the players are pushing each other in the offseason. That's what it takes. This is the kind of drive towards excellence that has me worried right now for this offseason, fam, because they're human. I see a level of frustration coming in our own minds. We're looking at the 49ers go through this 4 out of 5 years and not pull the ring from the ride. See, what's that doing to them mentally? I'm just hoping they didn't check out mentally and are not going to lose the drive to go out there and do it again. The guys are pros. They'll look to regroup and work to get back to the big game after an unnecessary and devastating Super Bowl loss, of course, because they have to. They're paid a lot of money to do so. But I just want that mentality to remain in there that we are the best. They are the best. It's still one of the best rosters in the NFL, no doubt about it. But they've got to get up mentally to reach their own potential. So, but it's going to happen. The work better start in Maximum at the end of this month. Let them rest because they went a long way in the playoffs so many times. Let them rest. Let them rest. Let them rest. After the draft, OTAs are going to be happening before you know it, aren't they? A few names that are going to really need to have a big offseason, fam. Brock Purdy, as I just mentioned. Brock Purdy was excellent in his first full season as a starting NFL quarterback, passing 4,280 yards. Are you kidding me? And people still want to say, oh, Brock Purdy ain't all that. Well, yeah. 4,000 yards? He's got a season and a half under his belt? Please. 31 TDs. He also led the league in multiple statistics, including passer rating at 113 and quarterback QBR at 72.8. Mrs. Purdy's baby boy was named his first Pro Bowl and finished fourth in NFL MVP voting. Run and tell that. Oh, damn, I'm proud of that dude, man. With such a great season, why would Purdy be on a list of people that need to bust the button in the offseason? Easy answer is there, fam. because the Niners are going to go as far as Brock can take him. Now, he is that good, and he is Super Bowl caliber, as he's already proven that. Now, can he go ahead and get himself over that hump? Because chances are, even Burford's stupid mistake, a lot of quarterbacks might have still outdone that. Now, Brock's going to be able to do that now because he's had that experience under his belt, and he's going to be tough. I just know it. And you know, coaches are studying Brock's 2023 film, especially teams on the Niners' 2024 schedule, as if their lives depended on it, and it actually does. DCs will be damned if Brock is going to embarrass them. Their defense will have some new wrinkles planned for Coach Shanahan's offense. BP will need to use the offseason to improve on those things that can help get the 49ers past the DCs that think they got a plan to stick it to the man in red and gold. Rams, Chiefs, y'all ain't got no game. One thing about Shanahan is he does change things up. He doesn't have to be asked to do this. And when you think one thing is coming from you and coming to you, it ain't. Fortunately, B. Purdy will have this entire offseason work on things to recover instead of recovering from rehab last season from a serious injury. This time he can focus on fine-tuning his craft and learning more about the game and the offense, because the Niners are going to need B. Purdy to keep improving. No need to worry about drive and motive, though. The contract extension is in the near future. Another thing, I'm looking for Purdy to go nuts. Got that money. Even though he'll never show it. He doesn't seem like that kind of personality. But he's probably thinking he's bad as Debo and Aiyuk. I'm going to get there. Got to give me my bag, man. Y'all got to give me my bag. But he'll still look humble and cool and be out there doing things like he does. Screaming every now and then with all kind of emotion behind a play he makes. I'm looking forward to Brock Pete having a season even better than one he had in 2023 for sure. Brandon Aiyuk. And this year, the Niners don't have time for BA to go through that I just got paid slide into mediocrity either. BA will need to repeat or improve upon the 2023 Pro Bowl effort of 75 catches for 1,342 yards and 7 touchdowns. You can do it, Brad! Come on, Brad! This contractual situation is going to be a huge distraction, though. You know this, fam. This is what you can't focus when you're always worried about your money. Look at Debo. The man wants a new deal. Give it to him now, Kyle. John, do not wait until August to pay this man. And the Niners seem intent, on giving him one as well. They do. But as we've seen in recent contract disputes, that drawn-out process, boy, and players stumbling into training camp nowhere near where they should be. Of course, that can have an impact on the players. Remember, 2 years ago, Debo sucked. He did after he got paid. He even admitted it. Debo admitted it. He said, I admitted to the fact that the whole season is awful, which nobody argued with him about. So, last year was Nick. We watched one of the most devastating guys coming off the edge of the game look a little less than Nick to begin the season, right? Again. So this is what I'm saying. Please, get Aiyuk done. Man, I wish you could get it done yesterday, but, that's not going to happen. And what's the word at this hour? Mike Garafolo, NFL Network. Quote, San Francisco 49ers and wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk are not close in their negotiations for a contract extension. This news shouldn't come as a surprise, concerning discussions have only recently begun. No, it doesn't, but come on, man. Don't do it, John. Listen, you've seen it enough. George Kittle came in a little slower than he should have. I don't even need to mention Debo again. Fred Warner did not look quite Pro Bowl Fred Warner for the first few weeks. Now, Brandon Aiyuk cannot come in looking like that. He cannot. God. Then you got the 3 injured starters, Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, injured starters, Greenlaw, Hufanga. Dre suffered that Achilles tear in the Super Bowl, and no one seems to know when he could return. Some orthopedists say November, if at all. Others say it could be early in the season. The Niners are hoping for an early season return, of course. Dre seems to believe he can be back even soon. He's taking pictures. See, you want him to have that confidence, that attitude, though. Dre, get it done. Come on, man. Come on. You can do it, Dre. You can do it. Either way, he needs a strong offseason recovery because the Niners need the number 2 linebacker. The defense is not as strong without him. You got to have your enforcer, fam. You know, Dre may get flagged for hurting people, but, you know, I don't see anybody laying up in the hospital. They get up. It'll get hit hard, though. But, you know, that element of fear for the other team is vital. You got to know when you make the catch. Where you at, man? Oh, you know, I like that. You got to have guys thinking, where is he? Where is he? Talanoa Hufanga tore his ACL in November and is expected to return by the start of the season, if not sooner. Good news, Aaron. Talanoa needs a strong offseason even more than Greenlaw does. Not that he's more important to the defense than Dre, but because of the interest. The Niners are looking around for safeties, aren't they? They are. See, when I first saw that, I said, well, you know, you can't. You got to be prepared. No, the Niners are looking for somebody to come in there. This job is not promised. Talanoa is not guaranteed to start. You know what? They're talking like that. He'll start. For if no other reason that he knows what he's doing out there with the defense, and he didn't go through Steve Wilks' program, but for a few minutes. So he'll remember what we used to do with the last defense. What was our rankings? We was in the top 5 in every category. D'Amico had it. He had it going on. Now that's got to come back next year. Drake Jackson. Drake straight up failed last year season, fam. It's believed that is why the Niners have added edge players like Leonard Floyd and Yetter Gross Matos. Gross Matos understands sets of edge like nobody's business. Drake doesn't. Drake's under extreme pressure, fam. Now, you know, he'll have fewer opportunities possibly. If Robert Beal Jr. starts to develop, he may pass Drake on the depth chart if he hasn't already. Remember, Drake finished his second season inactive just as he had the season before. Drake, you went out there, you got all big and strong, and got hurt immediately. Beal Jr. didn't play much, but he was active for the final 4 games of the regular season as well as the postseason. He even played some snaps in the Super Bowl, so Beal Jr. may have already passed Mrs. Jackson's baby boy, Drake. He is in danger of the team, especially if the Niners add another edge rusher in the draft. And you know they will, fam. When we're saying Niners, pick up an offensive lineman. With the 75th pick in the draft, the 49ers select defensive end. Oh, Niners, my God. We got enough edge rushers. You know, rehearse it. It's going to happen, fam. You know what? I'm already not getting mad. I'm not going to get mad. Whatever the 49ers do that night, I'm going to remain calm. It's not healthy to get mad at 49ers at the draft. I figure, though, they're going to trade back up in the first round. This is the only thing that keeps me excited about that. Oh, yeah. And finally, everybody's favorite, Mrs. Gray's baby boy, Danny. Danny's been in the NFL for 2 seasons. During that time, he's appeared in only 13 games, has 1 catch for 10 yards and 1 rush for 9 yards. That won't do, fam, for a wide receiver picked up in the 3rd round. Come on, Danny. Come on. You got to pick it up, man. We were all excited about D. Gray, a speedster who ran a 4.33. Remember that? He runs a 4.3. A low 4.3. He can flat out fly. Good God, we've got our guys. Spread that defense out. Everybody, oh. Since DJ was drafted the same offseason, the team was preparing for Trey Lance to become the starting quarterback with that rifle shotgun arm he's got. Many believe the duo would be hooking up for many big plays for years. That would have been ideal. Didn't happen. But Trey didn't last long, and Gray didn't play much in 2022 and 23. An injury kept him out for the entire season. But fam, the question is, can Danny Gray have the kind of offseason he needs to get on the field and impact the team? He likely needs to work on running better routes, learning to block in the run game. Is that asking too much? You're a wide receiver. Those 2 things, and only those 2 things, will get more playing time for Danny. He's got to know that by now. If D. Gray doesn't improve enough to get himself on the field in 2024 as a receiver, it would be hard to imagine him having much of a career ahead of in the years to come with the Niner uniform on. And now the Ray is gone. B.A., Debo, and Juwan Jennings, J.J., they're 3rd and Juwan are all is secured in front of him. All Danny has to do is beat out, you know what though, fam? Chris Conley and Ronnie Bell. There you go, fam. Can he do it? You know what? That ain't going to be easy. Bell had 6 catches and 3 touchdowns last season as a rookie because he was on the field. And Conley had some big – damn, you know what? In fact, let me go ahead and place – let me put – Conley's your fourth receiver, fam. Boy, this is between Ronnie Bell and Danny Gray in it for that last spot. We can bet on that later. All the aforementioned guys, though, fam, need to have a bust-butt offseason in order to make the improvements necessary to keep the Niners amongst the elite of the NFL. Did I leave anybody out is what I want to know. Mr. Block Eyes, we should be building a dynasty by now. Seriously, I agree. The mess we've been making, it's been on the 49ers. Nobody's beating them up. Whenever the 49ers lose, they lose by a point or two or three. Who's beat the 49ers' ass? Nobody beats their ass. You get lucky at the end of the game, and you pull it off. Let us go now. Tennessee. He is Papa. We just did that. Papa Dragon. Bob, get in there, Bob.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Oh, Pop, you got all kind of concerns. I don't want to. Pop, because I'm getting calloused after a while. But then again, that wound gets reopened every year like it has for the last 4 years. Pop, I'm not sure if stitches won't even help. But Pop, there's some guys that need to get their ass in gear. Did I leave anybody out? What are you thinking?
Yes, you absolutely left the most important person out.
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle punk ass getting drunk on the first interview at the Super Bowl. Shanahan. See, it's very interesting to me. The one thing I notice about Kyle Shanahan is this. He avoids blame, even from you. Now remember, never mind, the quarterback gets exposed. His quarterbacks always get exposed, Ronbo.
And beat up.
They do. They always get exposed. Okay? Hassan Reddick coming off the edge. Who's there to block him? Oh, just some tight end who didn't practice last week, who wasn't even active.
And got cut immediately after the game.
End of game. But did you cut the right person? You didn't put that tight end. I told Kruger. I told Kruger. He was talking about, hey, blah, blah. He's got to make that block, blah, 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 blah. I said, let me ask you a question. I'm like, who's the best tight end in the NFL, Kruger?
Thank you.
In my opinion, it's George Kittle. I said, would you have George Kittle block Joey Bosa one-on-one? I don't know about that. Exactly. That's exactly the point. You cannot scheme your way around men who play like dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You can't scheme that. You can't do it. In the Super Bowl, Ronbo, how many coaching gaffes did this man have?
Oh.
All right, you put the blame. You put the blame on Burford, did you not?
I'm still blaming him. I'm looking at him now as a mistake to begin with. Yes.
I want you to go through the tape. Find the offensive coordinator that's going to tell one of his players to pull while you're faking a handoff to a running back running an end around, knowing that you got to go 4 or 5 yards. It's the same thing that happened before with Riddick. They ignore the fake. They ignore the scheme. That's how you beat the 49ers. You break his scheme by ignoring it.
Yeah. The first time the Chiefs beat us, that's exactly what they did. The Honey Badger said, don't pay any attention to that pre-snap motion, nothing like that. You keep your head focused straight ahead on that ball. And, it worked.
I'm just telling you. You keep thinking like you can't keep the blinders on when the answer is right in front of your face. It's right in front of your face, Ronbo. Now, I'm not saying you fire Shanahan. I'm going to say what I always say about Shanahan. He needs to get better. And it's hard to say that about a coach who's been here for 7 years.
And regarded as one of the game's best by so many.
Yeah, if he's not getting better, Ronbo.
Yep.
If he's not getting better.
Yeah, no, he's getting worse.
Then what are we doing? It don't matter who you bring in here. You can have an all-pro right guard. That's what he's going to do. He's going to pull him. He's going to put the quarterback in the shotgun and then have the guard pull on third down and overtime in the Super Bowl Oh, just ignore Mr. Jones. The scheme will fool him. That's not on Burford, dog. He did mess up. He did mess up. I'm not going to lie to you. I know he messed up. But a coach's job is to get the most out of the players and then put the players in the best possible situation to win. Right? So when I picked the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, I said, look, the 49ers should win this game going away if they're willing to commit to the run.
Yeah.
Run power, run traps, put a offensive lineman in at fullback, give the ball to Juice. Just don't stop running the ball because eventually you'll crush the defensive spirit. But he won't do that.
Mm-hmm. Knowing the Chiefs are not good at stop and run. They were not good.
You got one guy that's what I'm saying. You got one guy to stop. Stop trying to fool him and just hit him in the mouth. And
hard. And send two dudes at him. Tight end and the biggest man on the line. He'll have Trent stunt around the other side. Just don't stand there and let Chris beat you.
I'm saying put 4 guys on him. Hold him.
Yeah. Get a flag. Anything but let him have the
Take his towel. Take his towel and throw his towel the other way. Grab his cleats. Tie his shoelaces together. Do something.
And everything's fair. Piss him off. Make him take a swing at you.
Exactly.
Get him kicked out of the game.
Talk about his mama, man.
Yes.
Talk about his mama.
Oh, how you was over there last night.
What I'm trying to make is they let one man disrupt his scheme. That's on Shanahan. Because the game, honestly, if it plays out the way it should play out, they should win. Just like they should have won the first Super Bowl. They should be on 2 Super Bowls right now. They should be.
I know.
But you got this guy who's so smart. You can't tell him nothing. I'm going to scheme this offense. Jimmy G, go make one pass, and you win the Super Bowl. Now everybody blames Jimmy G because he missed one pass. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous, Ronbo.
Here's the thing, though. You every now and then you have to believe, though. And there's some blame. As you say, though, the coach is in charge. He's supposed to make sure everything works right and anticipate any failures weeks in advance of the game, right? But I'm still saying some guys go completely knucklehead at the last split second, too. I can't blame Kyle for all of it.
But that's supposed to happen. Listen, that is supposed to happen. I understand that. But believe me, if you ever watch, what's his name, the QB school, and he'll look at some of Shanahan schemes, he does some pretty whack stuff in difficult situations. I remember one time, I think this is the famous play where he said, where Jimmy G said your play sucks, where he runs play action fake, and Jimmy G's in our own end zone. Don't they know that people in the NFL ignore the 49ers play action fakes? They ignore it because they wait for Shanahan to abandon it. So moving forward, I don't care who they get. They're returning the entire offense, which is good for the 49ers. Okay, they have number 1 offense, number 2 offense in the league last year. Returning the whole offense is good, right? Okay, Aiyuk ain't going nowhere. He's on a contract.
Yep, he just needs to get better. He's not going to
sit out and miss $15 million. Okay, he ain't going nowhere. He has no leverage. He has no leverage. And you're not going to get a number 1 receiver for $15 million. And if they franchise him, that would be like $22 million. So basically, he's saying he's worth, or Chad's saying he's worth 30, 32. Well, guess what? I can get this dude for 2 years, okay, for 37 if I want to play hardball. You see what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
They're returning these players. They are returning these players. Mr. Shanahan, it is you that had a tight end in the Super Bowl that had 4 yards. It is you that threw the ball repeatedly to Deebo Samuel, although he was locked down and couldn't beat one-on-one coverage. That's on the coach. It's you who stopped running the ball. That's on the coach.
Well, he's one of the guys got to bust ass this summer too. Then, Shaq, Kyle, get out there and run Jerry's Hill. Fam, we got to pull up. I tell you what I'm gonna do, Bob. Let me back. What's the day? Man, you know what? I'm looking for something to explode midweek. If there does, I'll be right back. Otherwise, I'll see you Friday. Because the draft is almost here, Pop. Pop, you want to do a mock? We lose, Pop? Mr. Block Eye says, take care of our needs instead of being cute. Aaron!
What is Ronbo?
Aaron, man,
Happy Easter.
Hey, happy Easter, Aaron. All right. Have a good dinner today. I was.
Man, Ronbo, I'm so full right now.
I know. That's how you got to do.
Man.
You know? Well, Aaron, we picked out a few players that are going to have to really pick up the steam in the offseason to make the 49ers a little better because, as I say, everybody in the league is in there. The 49ers think they're going to come back up there and go to the Super Bowl back-to-back years. They got another thing coming. They're coming after us. So that means the guys that we have that are not pulling all their weight, other than Brock and Aiyuk, there's some other guys that are definitely got a lot of work to do. Did I leave anybody out between Drake Jackson, Brock Purdy? Well, not Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is another story. Brock Purdy and Aiyuk, leave them out. But the three other guys I mentioned, Drake Jackson, Talanoa Hufanga, we'll see. Because he's got to come back from an injury. What are you thinking? Dre Greenlaw? Nah, Dre works hard. Is there anybody else on the roster you think? And Coach Shanahan has been added to the mix, according to because Pop and Tony said in Australia, he said yes. But Aaron, what are you thinking?
Yeah, to me, I think Jair's offseason will be crucial because he played a little bit in the regular season. So,
were you impressed with him? I like his instincts. I want him to anticipate the play a little better, but that'll come with time. Remember, he's only a rookie. He just started a few games, or played in a few games.
Yeah, he had a couple of interceptions.
Yeah, he did. So he's got it in him.
Two in regular season and one in the Super Bowl. So he got some good ball skills. I think he could be better in the run game.
Yeah, which is you got to come up. And you know who's good at that? Luter Jr. Is quick like that. We'll see because that cornerback situation is going to be tough.
Yeah.
To take Chavaris and Demo out. We'll see. He's still platoon, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Ronbo. And speaking of Shanahan, like, people want him fired, but if you fire him and you get a new head coach, then the players got to learn a different system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That'd be a process that would take God knows how long. That's why I didn't want us to get a new DC. I didn't want D'Amico to leave because I didn't think it was going to be this serious as it was last year, but I knew it was going to be a problem, particularly since Shannon decided, listen, I want you to come in here and emulate what we have going already, and you can't bring any staff members in from your old teams or anything like that. So can you handle that? That's no, Kyle. And we're not installing a new defense. So what are you doing? So that's the kind of thing you want to stay away from as long as possible. I agree.
But, and also, with Robert Gill is also critical too. His offseason will be crucial too because he only played just a little bit. So
he was hurt earlier. He did play a little bit though. He needs to beef up a little bit. He's a little light, but that boy, he's quick. He is quick.
Yeah, if he can beef up a little bit, and I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's got lots of bend. Because the only thing is that, like we're saying, he's got to beef up a little bit because offensive linemen are going to knock him on his ass as soon as he turns that corner. He's going to have to get a little bulk. The 49ers know this. They're going to get him on a program. I'm pretty sure.
And also, Ronbo, to be honest, I think Kyle should let the rookies play, even in their first year, because you gotta get their confidence up. Like for example, Jair Brown, I think he should let the rookies play early because that way where they'll get the hang of it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. They don't. You want to come out there deer in the headlight looks. The only way you're gonna get rid of that feeling is you're gonna have to get out there and feel at home. As soon as you step on the field, yeah, this is Rob Long. He's got to develop that kind of confidence for sure.
Yeah. And you know, and even Aaron Banks is in a contract year.
Yeah. Aaron Banks, they'll re-sign Aaron Banks. I can't imagine them letting him go. He's a huge dude, pretty good mobility.
Yeah, because I think they drafted and developed him.
Yeah. And offensive linemen take a minute. They don't always come right in looking good. Everybody's not going to Nelson. Or some of these Notre Dame and Boston College offensive linemen. Sometimes it takes others a little longer. You got a good program in both those schools, apparently, man, because those guys come out ready to go a lot.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. And also that defensive tackle, Khalil Davis.
Oh yeah, he got hurt, right? Yeah, he got hurt toward the end of the season, just when we needed him most, because Eric Armstead went down. Khalil got hurt. Yeah, God, you know what worries me about Khalil?
Yeah.
Every time there's always one or two defensive linemen that are either they start the season on the PUP, they come off for 5 minutes, and then they're back on the IR. Khalil's like that. He can't stop getting hurt. We got him. Remember, he was hurt. We nursed him back to health for a year, and he came in and immediately got hurt again. We got to stop doing the Trent Baalke picks. You got to do it.
I know. Like, we can't be drafting, like, players that have, like, ACLs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it got to stop.
Yeah. Well, you give them one chance. If they look that good, if they impress you that much, and Clear did. He's kind of fast. He's built like a fire hydrant. That's the kind of size the 49ers are trying to get in the middle anyway. we didn't pick up Javon Hargrave to be a run stopper. Not really. We want Javon to take that quarterback down from the middle, because that's the shortest path to anything is in a straight line, right? And he's right in the middle of the lineup. The quarterback could be, he's already got a record. I mean, he's got a lot of tackles taking down quarterbacks. That's what we want him to do. So we need to put around him some grizzly dudes.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Khalil has the potential to be similar to DJ Jones.
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. And we're going to run out of time, fam. Let me see you. Hopefully, I hope something happens in the 49ers locker room between now and Friday. Otherwise, I'll see you next Friday. All right?
All right, Ronbo. Happy Easter.
Thanks, Aaron. You too. Have a good night. And I see Bobo Kyle the choke Shanahan as the next Marv Levy. Not 4. No, Bobo, no. Oh, God. That's why I'm scared to death if he gets there. Kyle, this is the one, Kyle. Please now. For now, Brian, I will donate to this channel as much as I can. If you could, please kick Jim Everett out for life. Brian, I feel you on that. But listen, the thing is, he needs to be in violation. I set the rules up so that everybody can join us if they behave themselves out. If he does anything in violation of the rules, and you know about the rules, there is no politics talk here. Racism will not be tolerated for one moment. There are no attacks on women allowed. There's no spamming. Anything that's egregious, it got to be thrown out. But Brian, we can't throw him out yet. He hasn't done anything yet, and unfortunately, he knows where to go. Just how far to go, it seems, except for pissing people off. I understand. From what I'm seeing, he's a fake. That's not really Jim Everett. Maybe it's true. Look, I'll keep an eye on him. I promise, O'Brien. All right. I do need to mention this though to trolls. Now, since you are going to be mocked because some people want you thrown out, and they know if they come in and do something crazy, they'll get your name thrown out. I don't know if they have burner accounts that can do that. But see, this is the kind of hatred you built, and this is the kind of things going to happen to you if you don't become a little more polite. I'm trying to tell you, man. I've been trying to tell y'all for years. And here he is. He is chill, pill, Phil. Get in here, Phil. Good to hear from you.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, we're there looking at season's about to get underway. We're getting ready to get to the draft, and it's already time to play football again. Do you know that? That rest was quick. Phil?
Ronbo?
Yeah. No, I didn't hear you. Phil, I was talking about some players that got to step on it in this offseason and really put their nose to the grind. I put a few names out there. Phil, who do you think is going to be the dead weight that's going to have to pick it up this year? I mentioned a few that just need to add to what they're doing. But there's some other guys like, you know the names. They're going to have to do something about what they've been doing. What do you think?
Well, I think the starting lineup, other than offensive line, is pretty much set. Yeah. I don't see any draft picks coming in and winning a job on the starting team
agreed.
Anywhere except for maybe right tackle and right guard and center. Those are the three positions.
Actually, right guard's probably out too. Feliciano's pretty much going to secure that. They like him. I like him.
Yeah, but he's only for 1 year.
Yeah,
I don't know.
True.
I mean,
you got to get somebody ready.
I think they're going to take their top two picks and go guard and tackle guard, and just go with that, and then maybe pick up a corner, maybe pick up a linebacker. They've got 10 picks. I expect them to trade up.
Yeah, you don't need 10 guys.
Some of those picks. They don't need 10 guys.
No, you can't make the team anyway.
And actually, with this new kickoff rule, I don't see us getting a return guy because I think they're going to use Debo and McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Because it's less chance of injury because everybody's at a dead stop until you catch the ball. Then it's just like a regular offensive play. There's really not that much chance for a big-time injury. So
punt return, though, stays the same. Ronnie Bell worries me.
Yeah, he does me too.
Yeah.
Well, that's when they lost Ray, he was pretty solid back there.
Yeah, we could put maybe Conley back there.
You could. He's done that before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got experience doing that. Danny Gray would be ideal, but I don't know what's wrong with him, Phil.
His hands.
Is that it?
Yeah, he didn't catch the ball. That's the problem with Danny Gray.
Well,
so
that's not going to do.
And Kyle is big on that. You got to catch the ball.
And if you can't run route, that's game over with Kyle. Huh?
Yeah. Speed just doesn't cut it. You got to do other things.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And don't worry about Aiyuk. Aiyuk signing.
Yeah, I know.
It's just the gamesmanship going on.
It's the drama. It's got to happen every year. We're going to go through it next year too. We should get used to it, Phil.
Yep.
Somebody else is going to be signing next year. It's going to take all day to sign.
You can't complain about the draft until we draft.
Phil, okay. Phil, tell me though. Tell me this though. What position is going to be picked up in the first round? What do you anticipate?
Offensive tackle.
What's going to be your reaction when you see a defensive lineman running up to the podium to throw Roger Goodell up in the air and pitch him around? What do you think?
I don't think they'll go defensive lineman because it's not a deep draft for defensive linemen. I think it's a really good draft for offensive tackle and interior linemen, and that's what we need. So I think they're going that route.
I hope so.
Even though Kyle says, I'm happy with our offensive line,
I know.
that's Kyle.
He says that every year. Come
I
on,
know, you can't trust him one bit. He plays games, so
he does. But does Kyle think we're stupid?
draft and-
Kyle, why are you happy with that offensive line? Why? God,
I mean,
elaborate.
I mean, guys like Zakale and Moore and those guys need to be worried.
Oh,
they're
wave
not
them,
very
wave
good.
them, wave them. Give me some players. And I'm not all that
Yeah,
excited
those
about
guys-
Brindle
I mean-
half the time. He gets knocked back a little bit too many times for me, too. But he's kind of okay. I'm not mad at him.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see about tight end if this guy, by Tuesday, Detroit doesn't make an offer or pick
Brock
up the
Wright?
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we'll have a tight end, too. And that's position filled. I think we're going to sign a safety free agent once all these there's a lot of safety still left.
There's Simmons.
In free
Although
agency.
Simmons would have to bring his price down, but there is Simmons.
What was that?
They get Simmons. He's still out there.
Simmons, yeah, he's still out there. So was that guy from Indianapolis, Brockman or whatever his name is.
Yeah. I forgot about him.
That they interviewed.
You know what? They're going to wait him out.
So there's a couple of safeties out there. I think they're going to sign a safety free agent before it's over. And
Fortinand's love to set competitive situations up because Talanoa's not promised that spot to start. So they bring another guy in, because they don't know how healthy Talanoa's going to be or how he's going to look, probably.
Yeah, it gives us depth.
Yeah.
And, at corner, I don't know about this guy that we got from the Saints.
I forgot his name already. He had a good year last year.
Yeah, and if he comes in and plays good, then you can move Demo inside where he really should be. And then
he's learned it well. So yeah, you're right. That's got to be the guy who plays that spot's got to be good.
Corner situation filled.
Yeah.
But I expect us to probably pick up a corner and probably get rid of Ambry.
Mr. Red Light, Green Light. Ambry could be so good one minute and just turn to nothingness the next.
Well,
what is that inconsistency, Ambry?
He's not strong at the point of the catch. Yeah. So he just gets out-muscled.
Well, remember Travaris had that problem, and he went and worked on some things. And did you notice toward the end of the season, people stopped taking the ball away from Travaris, slapping him and taking his lunch money all at the same time? He became really strong at the end of the season. I don't know what he did, but it worked.
So, yeah, I think we don't have very many positions to fill.
Yeah.
I mean, we did a good job on backfilling the defensive line. I mean, Armstead was great when he played.
Yeah. 6 weeks. How long was Eric out? 4 to 6 weeks, something like that?
Huh?
Eric was
Armstead
out.
missed 13 games.
Oh, this season? This past
last
season?
2 years.
Last 2 seasons combined. Yeah, that's a whole season.
He's missed half the season both years.
And he's very vital to what we do, and it's a problem. Phil, you know, we're going to run out of time.
And that foot injury isn't going away. You can't fix it with surgery.
No, because if they could,
it's going to come back.
Yeah, and he's having leg problems.
They went for a run stout guy.
McDaniel.
A couple of run stout guys.
McNeil is his name.
Let Hargrave rush the passer and then stop the run.
Yeah.
What we couldn't do last year.
Smart.
So,
Phil, I tell you what, stop being absent. Stop being absent. We hate it when you take too long to come back. We got to go now though, but I'll look for you Friday or maybe midweek. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
It's time for the drama to
keep
start.
the head up. It's okay.
I know.
Right.
We got to get
later.
Looking forward to it, fam.
Okay.
All right. Bye, Phil. And Matty up in beautiful Bend, Oregon, where the snow has stopped falling and the flowers are starting to bloom. The birds are chirping that it's time for spring. Hey, Matty.
It is.
It is time for spring.
It is, man. It's here. The big guy, they're playing baseball. I was going to kick. I love watching baseball in the first few weeks, right? Because that means, hey, season change. Right after baseball, World Series is over. We're back. Before the World Series is over, actually.
We're back in it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Beautiful thing.
It is. Well,
so what do we got going on tonight, Ronbo?
I was talking about guys that got to pick it up. Show some fortitude in your off-season workouts. Get better. You know, you look at guys like Christian McCaffrey out there. Looking at Christian McCaffrey's workouts, it's just brutal. You know, you look at Jerry Rice.
You know he's already at it.
Oh, yeah, you know he is. You know, you look at Jerry Rice's workouts, the legendary workouts, right? Even look at Kobe Bryant. I used to see what he used to do. You know, even, I don't want to mention Karl Malone because Karl Malone's a criminal, but man, Malone was another one. Whoa, grizzly workouts.
Speaking of that, buddy, I don't know. I don't think I ever told you, man, but we're from Oregon and we lived in Modesto for a little while. And when we were living in Modesto, my dad bought Olympic USA basketball tickets with the original Dream Team.
Oh, yeah.
By the time the game came around, we were already living back in Oregon, so we went to see him in Portland to play Cuba. So I got to see all those guys, the Karl Malone, the Scottie Pippen, the Michael Jordan, the Larry Bird, the John Stockton.
God,
yeah, dude.
Those guys are still living legends. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
We won that year. Remember the only reason they assembled that team.
Malone.
Oh, yeah, Malone was a beast. He looked like a football player playing basketball. But, you know, the only reason the U.S. assembled that team was because we lost to the Ruskies. Wasn't that Russians? Yeah, the Russians won. Hey, you know what? This is BS, man. The Russians are bringing in the professional players. Yeah. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to stop sending the college kids in there, and we're going to show them what a professional team looks like. Whoa!
Oh, we destroyed everybody. We destroyed everybody in every game, Ronbo.
I was so proud that year.
Oh my goodness!
Bring them Ruskies back over here. You know. God, we got something for that.
Good times.
But anyway.
Yeah, I think we're on the right track, Ronbo. You go back to football. Get all sidetracked.
I know it's easy to do talking sports.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of veterans on this team, man, and I don't even think necessarily any of them need to get better. They just need to get to the point where, you know, they're ready to get back at it and stay healthy. You know, like you know, George Kittle's at it. You know, CMC's at it. I'm sure plenty of them are back at it.
Yeah. Because the only way to get over what happened, you know, anytime, and you'll probably know it yourself, Maddie, anytime you've gotten really bothered by something, the best way to get rid of that stress is physical activity. And, yeah, they're probably working out harder now than ever. As for anybody who thought that they might just throw the towel in, which I thought initially after the game, man, our guys are going to quit, man. They've had enough of this BS. I'm worried about that, you know, but I'm not now. I'm thinking, nah, they're professionals.
No, I'm not worried, man. And then, you know, Trent Williams, he's probably back at it. That guy's a beast. Can't wait to have him back out on the field, man.
Yeah, he has to because he's
really like to get that guy a ring before he retires.
Oh, came that close to getting it done, man. He just that close. Oh, it was close.
Now we got to climb the ladder again.
Oh, that kills me. The term scares me even. Whew.
Yeah, because you know what it entails. You know, because those bumps and bruises along the way.
Yes. And how many guys can stay healthy all season? Because, quite frankly, they went deep into the playoff stretch a lot of years. I'm just worried about how's it going to affect. I don't want McCaffrey out there overcarrying the ball, Matty. This will be 2 years in a row when you worked him to death, Kyle. Yeah, pace him. Pace him. Death. Let Mason run the ball.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing I don't understand, Ronbo, is we've got Elijah Mitchell and we've got
Jordan Mason.
I'm even drawing a blank.
Jordan Mason.
Yeah, Jordan Mason.
You got two good running backs. Man, it's
yeah. Oh, and you throw people off guard because they think McCaffrey's coming out.
Yeah, he can be on the field.
And then Jordan Mason lines up.
He can decoy. Just two backs in the backfield, that confuses the defense even more so. But don't give it to Christian. Let Christian just float out to the side as maybe a check down, you know, and even hopefully we don't have to check down. Debo. And then there's Debo. Yeah. So, and Debo was probably thinking, how come I want to get the ball more often anyway?
Yeah, he just runs people over, man. Like, get out of my way, man. I'm coming through.
And if he gets a full head of steam,
he gets a lot of yards.
God, yes, the Yak Master.
I just wish we'd use Kittle a little more. I mean, I know he's not just a blocker, man. It's like, come on, man. I mean, I know he does great at that, so don't get me wrong.
He is.
It's like, man, there's just more to be had with that guy.
Hey, he's just the best. He's just the best tight end in the game. I don't care what anybody says about Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is a one-way ticket, but George is the big ticket. He does everything a tight end is supposed to do. And if you're teaching kids in school how to be a tight end, George Kittle is the standard. So, you know, as I'm saying, when I argue with people about Travis Kelce versus, yes, indeed, man. Oh, hey, Matty, we're having too much fun, Matty. We're over. Matty, I'll see somewhere between the middle of the week if something happens, or I'll see you Friday, okay? Always great.
All right, brother. You guys have a good night, man.
Hey, happy Easter. All right. Thanks, Matty.
You too, brother.
Thanks, fam.
Later, buddy.
All right. I locked him up. Let's get the meanest, ugliest, smelliest, and nasty-looking brothers for the O-line and turn it into a brick wall. Shout out to the faithful and happy Easter, Ronbo. We will still take the division and have a chance at taking it all. Locked him up. I'm with you 100% on that. I just, if you like a lot of us, you just wonder in the back of your mind, are they going to still be driven like they were the last couple of seasons? Because when we lost to the Eagles, they knew they shouldn't have lost that game. So they came back next year. All right, one more time. And this time, what are the odds of us getting the quarterback getting knocked completely out? What are the odds of 3 quarterbacks getting knocked out? And see, now this year, I wonder what's motivating them, what they're thinking. They could say things like, we came that close. All we did was made a mistake at the crucial wrong time, and we got a Super Bowl. So all you got to do is think that way. Guys, you can still do it. Go get your ring. Go get it. It's right there for the taking. Nobody can stop you. Nobody. If you do the things you do and do not have that little flub up exactly at the wrong time, you won't lose by 3 points. You'll walk away. Locked him up. Thanks for that contribution, fam. Very generous of you. Thank you very much. And let's get on it. Let's check out Lorenzo. Oh, hey, it's Jalen. Boy, Jalen, I knew Jalen would be in here as soon as Pop got through. Jalen sitting at home, throwing air punches and let me get on that phone. Jalen.
Ronbo,
Yeah.
Ron Bizzle, happy Easter.
Hey, thanks, fam. And yours, too. And yours. Well, Jalen,
San Francisco 49ers once again. We're speaking on another offseason of how we can get better so we can finally get over that hump and raise that 6th Lombardi.
Yes.
So come on, Ronbo, let's do it. For the 8th season in a row. Let's do it.
Hey, we had a recess with Tom Sula and Kelly, though.
Yeah, Ronbo. But look at the rosters they were working with.
I know Kyle defined them when he came in. Well, you're off. Your roster is bleep, you know. So
Yes, I mean it wasn't like they had,
any
11
players.
Pro Bowlers and all pros, to work with, But hey.
So you're right. 8 years. This is 8, isn't it? It really is since Kyle showed up.
Yep. Year 8. Yep.
How old was you when
Graduated high school, graduated college, Ronbo. I mean,
in the time they've been hanging in there? Hey, Jalen, we could be the New Orleans Saints. I mean, you know what? There's some other teams that just really be smelling bad.
Nothing's worse than expectations, brother.
I know.
Nothing's worse than expectations.
I know. I'm trying to
See, that's the
feel
one thing I
better.
can say about the Mariucci days, Ronbo. Did y'all at least have expectations y'all were gonna be good?
I did. I thought it was going to do it. Mariucci's had things going on.
You saw the roster? Was the roster good enough?
Well, they still seem to get things done. I mean, the quarterback was good. T.O.'s out there, and got good running the game. And okay, You're right. There was better teams at the time, too. Ooh, that was a rough time, boy. You had to be real badass. Something like now, actually. Because, Jalen, Detroit and Green Bay are going to be there next year. And now the Hawks. Or Falcons.
The Hawks. What about the Hawks?
I was going to the NBA. Falcons. Oh, not the Seahawks.
I thought you were talking about the Seahawks.
No. You know what, though? They're going to surprise us. Watch. They're going to be a little tougher than we thought.
Have they hired somebody yet?
Yeah, they hired the coach from the Ravens coach. What is his name?
Ravens?
Yeah, the Ravens
defensive coordinator?
Yeah. See, that's why
he might be solid.
Yeah, he's going to get that defense in order, and that's what they
But they don't have a quarterback, Ronbo. They over there messing with Luke Cage still. They got Luke Cage.
Gino! They got another guy to come over there and compete with him, too. What is that dude's name?
Drew Lock?
Yeah, that's it.
Come
Drew.
on, Ronbo.
They told Drew that he could compete for that job to get him to come over there in the first place.
Ronbo, they didn't want him in Denver.
I didn't want him in. Where else did Drew? Denver. Where else has he been?
He just been in Denver. He got put in with that Russell Wilson trade.
That's what it was. I thought they had.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the NFC goes, Ronbo, I see maybe 3 teams because our defense is finna take it's gonna take a bit of a step back. It definitely. Yeah, I mean, we don't know how long Hufanga's gonna be out because he tore his ACL pretty late in the season. I think wasn't it like week 9 or 10, something like that.
Yeah, there's gonna be water build up on that knee, and
so he's gonna be out. And Ronbo, is Gibson even coming back?
No, and that was the plan before.
So we got 2 positions. We got Greenlaw's out. Gibson's gone. Huff is finna be out. We got to replace Armstead. We got to replace Chase Young. We got to replace Javon Hargrave.
No, Hargrave's there. He'll be there.
I mean, not Hargrave. Kinlaw. Yeah, Kinlaw.
You know, Kinlaw had become more of a pass rusher too. See, we need somebody to stop the run. We need some blue collar workers on that trench. Eric Armstead was able to blow both for a while. But, Eric misses too many games.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you start getting in your 30s, Ronbo. You start to miss games. That's what I'm saying. Like,
plantar fasciitis.
The team is getting older. Condition. This team is getting older, Ronbo. True. Like, these guys are 30 years old now. They're not 26 years old.
Mm-hmm. Trent Williams is approaching 40.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Eric Armstead a 10-year vet now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so I mean, if he's missing a couple of games, that's not nothing to be surprised from a 10-year vet.
Well, you can't miss 13 games in 2 seasons. That's what it had added up to, and he was going to miss 5 or 6. He's going to miss 5 or 6 next year minimum too.
Looks like Nick Bosa's body's going to be holding up well. I like how he didn't miss no games this year.
I know Nick trains like a beast. Bosa brothers it's a little sick.
Yeah,
how hard they work, man. But I love it.
Yeah. But Ronbo, first round, what are we looking like? What are we looking like?
You and me and everybody else believes that better be an offensive lineman. I don't trust John and Kyle to stay away from a defensive lineman. If I went to Vegas right now, we were sitting there. All right, tell you what, Jay, I'm gonna go over here and put this bet down on the 49ers first round pick, being a defensive lineman. What do you go? You want an OT?
Offensive lineman by now, Ronbo. But you know what we did 2 years ago? We took a quarterback at 3. You see, here we go, asking ourselves, what offensive line? Ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago, this would not have been a problem if we had picked number 13. We was smooth sailing at 13. What Kyle want to do? Trade up to 3. Wasted 2 whole years that we could have spent developing the offensive line. And that's biting us in the ass.
Jalen, even at the pick we had, there was a primetime offensive lineman in that draft. What was his name? Trivia question.
Talking about Slater? Which one was Slater or Panay Sewell? You know, you had Panay Sewell and Slater in that draft.
See?
We could have got Penei Sewell at 3. Oh, my God.
Hey, that kid up in Oregon right now, the 49ers should go all out, trade every last one of them picks, and go get him. They won't do it.
Ronbo, I would have took Tristan Wirfs back in 2020.
Yes, a lot of people
instead
would.
of Kinlaw at what, 8? What did we have Kinlaw, what, at 8?
Yep. No, 13. 13.
We picked pretty high in 2020.
We got Kinlaw, though, at number 13, right?
I don't think so.
He wasn't top 10.
Ronbo, we were pretty bad.
We traded down a spot.
5 games.
Yeah, they dropped a spot and got another draft pick. But Kinlaw wasn't top 10.
He might have been like pick 11, something like that.
Yeah, but he wasn't top 10.
Yeah, but Ronbo, I mean, here we are. I mean, Trent Williams is going to have to be replaced. Offensive lineman, I say, is legitimate. We don't have to worry about Aaron Banks, left guard. But center, right guard, right tackle, left tackle, we need to start prepping right now.
Last year, should have started prepping, for that matter.
No, Ronbo. 2021, we should have started prepping.
he should be ready by now.
This shouldn't even be a problem.
And stop bringing the marginal players in here knowing they're going to fail. And they're going to be in a crucial spot when they do.
Ronbo, and please stop treating the NFL like college. Stop red-shirting rookies, Ronbo.
People, man. Stop
red-shirting rookies. Kyle. God. Then you crushing their confidence when they finally get out there. They don't know what to do, man. Danny Gray sitting out there. Come on. Danny Gray hasn't had a ball thrown to him.
Two.
Come on, Ronbo. That's ridiculous.
I don't know what they're doing. Steve, we got to go, fam.
It's his ego, Ronbo. It's his ego.
Well, he can't get past.
He ain't gonna never be his father. He'll never be his father, ever. He'll never be his father. Somebody needs to tell him that. Kyle Shanahan, you will never be your father. Thaddeus Moss will never be Randy Moss. And Kyle Shanahan will never be Mike Shanahan. Period.
We got to go, fam.
He'll never.
I definitely endorse everything you just said. That's true. He's got to get there, though. He's got to keep trying. All right, Jalen. And by the way, Randy Moss is overdue to come in and make that statement he loves to make about, hey, I just want to mention that Jerry Rice indeed is not the greatest wide receiver of all time. That honor should belong to me. He usually goes every 3 or 4 years, Moss is overdue. Hey, Steven!
Ronbo, what's going on?
Steven, tell us, is the little girl here?
No, she's gonna be here in the next couple of hours. She looks like she's gonna be due. Because I remember
you were saying that the other day. I was saying, whoa, Steven. Next time I talk to Steven, he may be holding a tiny, tiny little baby right there in his arms. The little guy, little Rome's little sister. Hey, you got to keep the Fast and the Furious names. What name are you gonna give? What was his girlfriend's name? What?
It was Mia. Brian O'Connor's girlfriend was Mia.
Yeah, there you go. Mia. Or also like Diesel's girl. I loved her because she was so tough. Well,
Letty?
Letty. I even love the name of Letty. Yes, Letty. I loved Letty. Mia too, but Letty was just straight up sexy. I'm beating dudes up, and I mean beating them up. I love a woman that can beat a man up. I love it. She'd be the kind of girl. I'd come home. I'd say, look, I want you to hide behind the door, and when I come in, you put your best move on me. I need to stay in training.
Well, Ronbo, I'm not here to listen about what you do in your spare time. I don't know who that was.
That was Casey. You say, Steven, go ahead before I get too carried away with this madness.
No,
Listen,
you're good. So, I mean, what are we talking about? Are we talking about how Mike Shanahan's never going to be his dad?
No, that subject. The original topic was some of the guys that need to pick it up a little bit in order to be able to. If they get better, the team's going to get better. Because we got some guys that are just marginal players. Well, they're not marginal. Well, no, they are marginal players that need to get over that status of being a marginal player and get yourself in a position to make some contributions to help us win the Super Bowl. I don't need you, Burford, to screw up at a crucial moment. Danny Gray, what is the problem? I mean, these are the things.
No block, no rock.
Yeah, well, he's got it. Some of these guys, people are saying that it's Danny's, not Danny's fault. But I don't know. But what is did I leave anybody off the list? Because I know Dre Greenlaw is going to be fine, and whoever.
Controversial.
Yeah.
You guys are going to hate me for this, but it's going to be 3 big name players that I think really need to step it up.
I already know Debo's on the top of your list.
Oh no! I don't consider him a big player. I don't. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You have 2 seasons with a big contract and you play like shit. That's not a key player. That's just a liability. But Brock being one.
Yeah, Brock's got to work harder.
He's got to work harder. He's already doing great. He's already on the right track.
But he could be so much better. You can tell. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, absolutely. Untapped potential. Another guy would be Fred Warner. He does miss quite a few tackles.
A little more than
Greg Greenlaw would save him.
Yeah, he since he got paid, he's become a little more vulnerable to that, hasn't he? I try not to believe that because it scares me. But you're right. He does whiff more than he ever did before.
And it's kind of crazy because if it wasn't, like I said, if it wasn't for Dre, I mean, we kind of saw what happened in the Super Bowl. Without Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner is half the man he really is.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to say that because I have tons of respect for Fred.
And I know, but he was a Lone Ranger without Tano. And I was a little concerned about that too because the plays that Fred wasn't making, Dre was. And the others they're not Dre.
And the other big name player, Ronbo, the other big name player I got to say that really needs to step it up too is our man Kittle. He blocks most times, but all the passes he does get, have you noticed that he does drop some?
He drops one a year.
Yeah.
One I never forget, once a year, at least so far. In the last 3 seasons.
And it's like, it's terrible because it's like, man, dude, like, and it's usually in like crucial moments like 3rd down conversion.
Yeah.
That's why they kind of go to. So it's if Kittle and Fred and Brock can all step it up, can you imagine how lethal let's look at the middle linebacker field. If Fred Warner steps it up and we see that he doesn't really need Dre on that opposite side to kind of, do his own thing, that's going to be nasty. Because Fred Warner Dre without Fred Warner is still Dre. It's still Dre. But if you take away Dre from Fred, it's half of what Fred's skill set can be. Because Dre does a lot, and it's really true. Super Bowl.
He's the Energizer Bunny. He's moving at 100 miles an hour all the time. And he gets himself all fired up to the point he becomes dangerous, and they got to flag him. You know what? I'd rather him be flagged for that than have to be fired up. So, yeah.
Exactly. And you know what, man? It sucks because it's like, these are 3 big players, 3 huge players. Brock, like I said, he's got room for improvement, but there were some plays in the Super Bowl where he could have targeted Brandon Aiyuk. Oh, and that's another thing. He needs to know when to not be a yes man to Kyle.
Who?
Fight back. Call some audibles.
Who you talking about? Brock.
Purdy.
You know what?
Yeah.
Brock is the one who really does that more than anybody we've had. Jimmy tried to pull that in just a few games before he left. And that's when they had that falling out, and Jimmy's out there saying, yeah, we got to do that a little more often. And, unscheduled plays every now and then. Brock started doing it too. And Kyle couldn't say anything because it was success. Because you know how he comes in the press later? Yeah, he wasn't the guy that was open. And Jawan Jennings was open. Yeah. Kyle, let it go. You don't have to take responsibility for all success on that field. Let Brock have the glory, Kyle. Stop it. I said, God.
If you can let your quarterback play Ronbo, I guarantee you we're getting a ring. You just got to let the kid play because the only person who stops the Niners from being the Niners is Kyle. And I think now it's more – I think not only the faithful know that, I think Jed knows that. I think
You think
John
Jed
knows
knows
that. The NFL knows. The only person that can beat the 49ers is Kyle Shanahan. And it's in crucial moments because we've seen him call some crazy-ass plays. I mean, you can't tell me that, oh, yeah, this was an audible trick play where he, gave it to Juwan Jennings and Juwan Jennings threw it to McCaffrey for the touchdown. No, that was a drawn-up play by Kyle.
That was it worked. And he threw that into traffic, which is still blowing my mind.
So if you just let the kid do his thing and pass the rock like he wants to, Brock will rock and we will win.
I like that. We need a T-shirt made with that. Brock will rock. Super Bowl bound. Ah! I like it. Steve, we got to go, though. Way too much fun again. It goes by quickly when you're doing that. Hey, listen, I'll be back midweek, and that little girl might be here. Hopefully there's something to do about midweek. And the little girl should be here, Steven. Yes.
Yes, you will.
All right. All right. Good
All
luck
right,
with that.
buddy. You have a great night.
You too, fam. Happy Easter to you and yours. All right. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Like, Jim Everett, you've gotten to a level where you're really pissing off a lot of people. I'm going to, the real Jim Everett, what you should do, stand down for a bit and don't say anything ridiculous, and the other one will expose himself. I'm thinking about doing something about one of the Jim Everetts, but I don't know which one. All right? So I wanted to time out. I thought about timing out the one that's the most mischievous, but you both need a little work on manners. So I'm not sure what to do here. I saw Josh on hanging outside Walmart playing guitar. I gave him 76 cents. Yeah, the Great Tribe. Oh, wait a minute. The Great Tribe. You know what? Get rid of time the one out that gave up 76 cents. Because that's not Everett's style, I don't think. But he does like to tout his niece Tribe. What? There it is. Okay. We'll see what happens. All right. Yo, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your night going, buddy? I know,
Michael,
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's going on.
You guys had a good Easter today.
Yeah, I was about to say the same
I
thing.
bet your wife cooked a lot of good food today.
Yeah,
I know I'm full.
It's the bad thing about that is you always have when you eat normally you just take your time and eat them. Don't get too full. But on holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, you go buck wild. It's uncomfortable, but it's fun. It only happens 3 times a year.
The Italians, they do their pasta, their meatball, and their breads and salads, and then they get the other meal, the lamb, potatoes, string beans, and all that. You get a second meal. So Italians eat 2 meals at once. Yep.
You know, if the potatoes didn't have so much butter in them, the mashed potatoes, it might not be a disaster.
They cut them in half. The little potatoes, she cut them in half, and she marinated it.
Oh,
not the big potatoes, my God. Yeah, the small potatoes.
Michael, did you say Italian? Did you say Italian style?
I'm Italian, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
My
See,
daughter,
I've had
the Canadian, French Canadian. I'm Italian.
I've had dinners with Italian families, and you don't
you
leave there unhappy.
Oh, they make sure you're stuck before you go home. Let me sure you're filled.
Yep. And then somebody hollers out, hey, open a bottle of vino. Ronnie, man, you ain't going anywhere, man. Get over here. Give him a glass. We'll drive you home. All right, let's go. Yes.
Just think of the 49ers offensive line. He's Italian, too. Frizzolino, he's Italian, too. Look how beast and Italian he is. You got a lot of Paisanos that play in the NFL.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, and baseball, especially.
Oh, yeah, I've been watching a lot of the baseball. I was just watching the Dodgers tonight come back and win tonight.
Against the Cardinals? Because the Cardinals came back and got their ass last night. I was shocked.
Muncy hit a 2-run homer. Yeah, Muncy hit a 2-run homer to win the game.
There you go.
The third baseman, number 13. Yep. And I'm a Red Sox fan, but I was happy because I had that guy from my fantasy league for the Dodgers.
The Dodgers have cheated. That roster is just really stacked like I've never seen a roster. The Yankees used to do that, but the Dodgers, my God.
The Dodgers are buying a World Series ring. It looks like it. But, you got to watch out for the Braves. The Braves are the team you got to watch for.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for Arizona.
And Baltimore.
That's what happened last year. Dodgers got knocked out in the first round in baseball playoffs.
Yeah, no,
by the Diamondbacks.
That's. Anyway, but you know what? I mentioned some names that have got to pick it up this year for the 49ers to get over the hump. They're going to have to work harder than ever.
I think Shanahan needs to do is let Purdy do his thing. Don't try to control the team. Let the team go out there and play what they got. Don't just sit there and say, okay, guys, you got to listen to me. To me as a coach, I'll let Purdy do his thing and see how it goes. 100% of my time, I think he'll do great. If Purdy does on his own, I think he'll do great.
Well, yeah, it'll teach him to think, and that's important.
Yes. Shanahan needs to stay away. Maybe go on vacation, let the 49ers play their type of ball, or let them win their way.
You know.
Yeah, listen to your father. Let Shanahan listen to your father, man. Your father should tell you, let your father coach. And put your $100, your dad will do way better if he goes on the sideline and coach. I think he would. His father would do way better.
Yeah, but Shanahan's a control freak.
I think he would.
Maybe, but Shanahan's a control freak. He's not going to just let them do what they want to do. And he's going to want to feel like he's steering the ship.
No.
Shanahan's also very arrogant. He thinks what his way of thinking is going to be the only way. A lot of the time, Michael, it's true. Shanahan does know what he's doing. There's no doubt about that.
I wonder if he's Italian, too, Shanahan. I wonder if he's Italian.
No, you can't get any more Irish than Shanahan, can you?
I think he might be Irish. It could be. I don't know. He could be Irish.
Well, I mean, the name sounds Irish. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds Irish. If anybody knows a true answer, put it in. And also want to thank 49 Brian, too, and Tony Wright, and others, about my daughter and all that, because with the fake Jim ever said, he put the RAPE word in the group chat, because I know Brian 49 Brian saw it and all that stuff, and it made my daughter freaked out, because it happened in real life. She's been RAPE twice.
I meant to tell you guys, please tag me. If you go to some of them sites and you're picking on your daughter, I want to be a part of that beatdown. Oh, yeah.
No, 49 Brian saw that first, and that's when he told you. But that's all right. I told them, just ignore them. It's all words. If they ever showed up at your house, trust me. I think
that'll be ended quick, I know. No, they ain't that stupid.
No, it's Ronbo, Tony Wright, 49 Brian will be protecting you, trust me. But no, I know she wants to, what my daughter was saying, too bad you don't do like a 49er contest. Everybody, for the first round, everybody should put in who do you think the 49ers will draft at what pick, 31, or who do you think the 49ers will draft in the first round? Whoever gets it right, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, good question.
That's what we should do.
I'm still sticking by my guns. Michael, I still say it's going to be defensive tackle. It's going to be defensive lineman. What are the 49ers going to do with that first pick?
I don't know. Play tiddlywinks.
Pick out a position. Come on.
I think they'll probably go. Probably you're right. Defense. Maybe they want to go defense because they probably got to figure they'll get offense later on in the second or third round.
See, I'm already prepared. I'm not going to get mad. I told you they were going to do that. I'm already saying. I told you they were going to do that.
Do not screw up the draft picks like the Rams do all the time, and I know they probably screw up. I know Rams are built for screw-ups, and I know the Atlanta Falcons going to step right in the draft and take any screw-up that the Rams do. All the players they skip, Atlanta's going to grab them. Rams don't need them to get the players. But,
in fact, the Rams are going to be interesting to watch. Are they going to start? Are they going to F them picks again this year?
I can't wait. Get your popcorn ready with the Rams circus coming to town. The Rams circus.
If I hear the Rams have paid the first round, second round, and fourth round pick for who? Yep. They'll do
the
it.
The Bakersfield Rams, or how about the Rams go to Sesame Street?
Oh, that's right. We were some Bakersfield Rams.
The Bakersfield Rams, yep. Remember, you could go to Bakersfield and broadcast there.
Wait, Michael, you can't. I was born in Bakersfield.
Oh, you were born.
Yeah, I was born. But my family moved out almost. I think I was a year old. But they can't go to my hometown. I still go back to Bakersfield because it's such a nostalgic feeling.
My daughter always said, send them to Alaska. I said, why don't you send them to Sesame Street? They're all a bunch of loonies.
That's it. The Alaska Rams.
Alaska Rams. Jeez, bro. Let's play in the cold. No, I came up with the Alaska Rams. Yep. St. Louis don't want that crap. They don't want them back. After you left, they said, screw you.
Right. That's right, huh?
St. Louis probably don't want to look at you. Nope, St. Louis don't want to look at you. Send them to Alaska. Send them with the polar bears.
They could go. What's some states? What's some states near Texas? I like New Mexico. Don't send them to New Mexico. Don't bother them with that. Who else?
Maybe let's call them. Let's call them Orange County. Orange County Rams.
The Orange County Rams. Something like remember the Golden State
Rams.
Warriors? They just represented Cali.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Or send the Rams to Hawaii so they can send them over there.
I mean, we got to go, fam. Michael, I'll see you midweek if anything breaks. Otherwise, I'll see you Friday.
Too, buddy. Everybody is 49 Empire. Have a good Easter. And Kenny Wright, Brian, 49 Brian, happy Easter to you. Big show, happy Easter to you, buddy. You too, Ronbo.
Fam. And to you, Michael. Have a great night. Okay, the Fresno. But you know what? There's too many 49er fans in Fresno. But the Fresno Bakersfield Rams, oh, I know. What's that? There's another little town, Paso Robles. Is that Paso Robles? Yeah, let's send it to Paso Robles, the Paso Robles Rams. There you go. I've got no love for Paso Robles. Elvis.
Sonoma Rams.
You know that. I thought they tore Paso Robles down by now, but you know, Ellis, looking at this team now, there's got to be some guys that pulled their weight this year that haven't been pulling their weight exactly. They were just on the team, walking around telling people and showing them the business card. Yeah, I'm a 49er fan. I'm a 49er. Who are you? You don't know me? Well, I mean, well, you're going to know me next year because I'm going to be contributing next year. You know, those are the guys I'm talking about. I didn't include Drake Jackson is on him and Danny Gray are on top of my list of people that need to pick it up. I'm not worried about Talanoa, Dre Greenlaw, of course, or Brock Purdy. Yeah, my main problem is Drake and Danny. Danny's been there for too long, and Drake's going into his third year as well. Damn, you realize Drake's going into his third year? What are you thinking?
Yeah, they both came in at the same time. I think those are the top candidates, if I'm being honest. I mean, there's nobody else that's been there that's
dragging ass.
You know, yeah, you know. I mean, we could say the guys that came in last year, but shit, it was their first year. You know, this time it's their second. You know, this coming season it'll be their second season. So Drake Jackson and Danny Gray are at the top of the top.
Yeah, I think everybody.
They better. They both better be coming with it. I don't want to hear shit about nothing. There should be no excuses of why they're not physically prepared, mentally prepared. Just you know.
Drake looked good last year, though, Ellis. Remember he came into camp looking like a bear and got hurt right away.
Yeah. Well, then the bear turned to a cub after
a few minutes. First game, 3 sacks. Oh, what we got here?
Right.
And never was seen again.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, hopefully he was embarrassed and, you know, he's coming with a whole new – because what's going to happen is, I mean, if Robert Beal comes in, you know, depending on if we draft somebody else that's an immediate starter, let's just say we get chopped, you know, from Penn State, if he's still there at, you know, at the end of the first round, we get Chop Robinson from Penn State, you know what I mean?
Chop, is he edge rusher?
Yeah.
Okay.
He would come in. Yeah, he's a top. He's a top. Yeah. He's good. He's like 6'5", really big,
275,
strong
280
guy.
Yeah. All right.
And man, he's a nice piece that would come in. I think play immediately. You know, so he's got to get it in gear. Drake's got to get his shit together. Hopefully, Robert Beal comes in. You know, bigger, faster, stronger, and determined. Because we could look really, really good if these guys both come in great and you know are just immediate rotational players. We can keep guys fresh, and I mean they won't know what to do. You know what I mean? You know, eventually we need somebody who needs to get double teamed opposite of Nick Bosa. You know, we didn't really get that out of Chase Young as much as we would have liked to. You know, he played his best game. He played his best game in the Super Bowl out of, you know, 7, 8 games, you know, 9 games that we had him. That's just unacceptable. So I'm kind of glad we didn't re-sign him.
Remember his neck was hurting, though. Remember that report on his neck? Something was wrong with that was Chase Young at maybe 60 or 70%. I really anyway, go ahead, though.
Yeah, but it's got to be, like I said before, man. This draft right here, we have to hit on this draft. We need to hit at least on half of our draft picks. If we can do at a minimum, we'll be looking good coming into the season and even in the future. But it's now is the time. So this is going to test how well John and the scouting department and who they've replaced, or who they've replaced with the Adam Peters or filled the Adam Peters void in some capacity. We'll be able to see if that was done, or if Adam Peters was actually the main reason why we had the hits that we did. I know he's, he was a part of it. He was, I think, instrumental in Ambry, Brock, a couple of other guys, probably Talanoa. There's a few guys that he was responsible for us having, for us drafting.
Yeah.
I think George and, some of the other later round picks that we had and stuff like that. He might have even had, something to do with a few of the others. But
are you talking about Peters?
Yeah, Adam Peters.
Yeah, Adam, I worry about that too. You know what? That's something we have forgotten about. A lot of us forgot. Until you just mentioned it, I forgot all about that. This draft could look really different this year for that reason. We'll see.
Yeah. So, that's why I say it's really important, because this is going to be instrumental in what the next few years look like for us. Is this going to be it? Does the window close after this season? We'll know based on how well we perform throughout the season and then how this draft goes. Because, I truly believe that Debo, if he gives us another mediocre season or is injured, a quarter or half of the season, I think this is his last year in a Niner uniform.
It will be.
And
because it won't be such a dead cap hit. And Juwan Jennings is elevated to the next level, so he could be number 2 or 3. He's number 3 now.
He needs more responsibility. He needs more responsibility. He needs more, the ball put in his hands a lot more. Kyle's going to have to make some adjustments with how he chooses to utilize his players.
I tell you,
he's pissed away a lot of talent. He's wasted picks with these third round, running backs.
Mm-hmm.
He's whiffed a lot.
Yeah. But Juwan Jennings could be our version of T. Higgins. I really feel that way about him. The dude he's just gotten better and better. Oh, God, he's gotten good.
Yeah, the only thing he would need to improve on is his speed. He's an aggressive player. He's a great blocker. He's a great catcher. He's gotten faster than when he first got here.
Yeah, he was
if you watch him when he played for the Volunteers, he was not as fast as he is now.
He's worked on it.
So that's good. That means he has worked on it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm giving him, definitely love for that, because he's been playing, outstanding, and he's getting his body into, great shape. He's maintaining his health outside of that concussion that he had. Which you can't avoid that. He's a contact guy. So I'm mad at him for that.
Well, happy Easter.
We'll be all right. Yeah, man. I would have to agree with you, Bo. Like I said, Drake, man, and Danny Gray. Those are the two main guys. They have to come through big. They have to come through big.
They get beat out otherwise. Rookies coming in here might be able to do it. All right, fam.
Yes, sir.
Tell you what, I'm going to see him midweek. I'm looking for something to happen. It's just that time of year when somebody will say, blah, 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 trade it up. Whoa! Okay. But anyway, otherwise, I'll see you Friday.
Yeah, man. Well, look, they got to get down. They got to get to a good number for Aiyuk, man. If he wants 30-something million, 31.
Oh, he needs to stop
32.
talking to Shay and Ocho. Oh, man.
I know they fucking it. He's fucking it up for us, man. I don't like that. I don't like that. Chad is kind of hating on us on the low. Yeah, don't do that. You know what I mean? Because then he's gonna go to a team and his career might plummet from there. But he may become more of a key player. So I don't know. It could be, there's some yin and a yang for Aiyuk with a situation like that, but I see us keeping him as more of a benefit and possibly just breaking away from Debo after next season. But anyway, y'all know what it is, man. You know what it is. It's for life, man. Shout out to the family.
Yeah.
Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, Bo, as always. Shout out production.
Hey, man, shout out to that squad. I'll see you midweek or Friday. All right.
All right, that's a bet. That's a bet, man.
Thanks, Ellis. All right, fam.
All right.
Happy Easter.
Peace. You
There
too,
goes-
fam.
Thanks. Goes E. And it looks like it's Jamel. Jamel!
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing, man? Happy Resurrection Sunday.
Yes, indeed. You don't know, as a matter of fact, a lot of people don't realize that Resurrection Sunday and Easter are the same thing. You know, so I said,
Right.
I call it Easter because everybody recognizes that. Thank you, fam. Happy Resurrection Day to you as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Jamel, we're sitting there trying to think of players that are potentially holding us back and need to get some work in this off season. You do not get to sit back and relax. You should be busy already. Get yourself hire yourself a coach or something like that. Get over there and get busy. Guys are rehabbing.
Right.
You know, they're gonna have to step up that process as well if they don't want to wait till the end of the next season to say, "Okay, I'm back." It'll be too late. So,
Right.
you know, but who I got top of my list is Drake Jackson, Danny Gray. They've got to show something this year. We're going to draft probably 4 or 5 kids, and use the rest to trade up as my guess. So, you know, where's the fat on this roster you think you cut other than them two?
Well, just like I just heard you say, Danny Gray, he's the one I want to see him too, because when we drafted him, you know, we've been bragging about his speed, the speed that he can cover off the top. So I want to see some improvement from that kid coming up next season, and mainly him, because we haven't seen it yet, and Kyle Shanahan hasn't used him in that capacity. So him. Definitely, we get some draft picks. We've been talking about the line, the offensive line. Let's see. Oh yeah, when Hufanga comes back?
Yeah, Talanoa.
That's my guy. I like him.
Everybody does. Talanoa Hufanga. It's impossible to like Talanoa Hufanga. It really is.
Right. Yeah, he's really good. So, you know who else I would like to see? Because, like I said, you mentioned. Oh Lord, help me, Lord. He's on my tongue. Is it Thomas?
Ambry, cornerback.
Ambry, that's it. That is him.
You know what?
I want to see some improvement from him.
Absolutely. You know what? Put Ambry on that list of people that better get it in gear this offseason. Do a lot of extra work. Yes, Ambry leads the pack. Because Ambry shows you that he's got the talent, and then all of a sudden he takes the weekend off. And it happens to be the day we play football.
Right.
And them little noodle arms, Ambry, get stronger. At the point of contact, you need to win that battle. You can't lose all the time. No.
Right.
So.
Yeah, who else I would like to see? I would like to see, this is a stretch. The head coach. I really do, man.
Okay, Jamel, but I want to know, who are you going to bring in?
That's a tough question. If he was to go, I have no idea, but that's why he's still there.
see, this is why exactly. You know, I said, you know what, I understand the suffering that some people have went through because they don't like Kyle Shanahan and the mistakes he made. But when I ask, I need to replace Kyle Shanahan, who do I go to?
Right. And that's an unknown question. No one knows, really. I mean, we know someone, I have no idea. And as I heard from previous callers, I've probably heard from you, too, then maybe if he's taking in what his father is advising him. I said, Kyle, man, your dad has 2 rings. Oh, do it. Well, hey, man, take it in, Kyle. Your dad got 2 rings. And he did it the right way, man. He got the Hall of Fame quarterback, the Hall of Fame running back, the Hall of Fame tight end. The defense. Yeah, he had talent. And we got talent, so you need to put it together, man. Take heed to what he's telling you, because other than that,
Jed's never going to get rid of him as long as he's getting all the way to the championship and to the Super Bowl. It's hard to fire that kind of coach. But in this day and age, coaches get fired for less. Here's the thing. Big Show suggests stop looking around the NFL ranks and coaching staffs around the league and go to the college ranks. Jamel, do you watch college football?
I do watch college football. I may not be on it like so, and no guys, but I do watch. Like I said, I went to IU, so I watch my team, and I go around and check on everybody else.
Do you see any coaches that you believe could transition well into the NFL? I really the Kyle Shanahan firing scares the bejesus out of me because we're always rolling, we're always in the mix. I want to be able to get on beyond the mix, but I want to know if there's another coach can outdo Kyle and get us over that hump. And I come up with a void every time.
Well, one of them just came back, Harbaugh. Other than Harbaugh, he just came back and showed you what he did. He took his college team, Michigan won, and he's proven up in the NFL with us. He took us to a Super Bowl and almost won, almost beat his brother. But
that's true. But then it's Kyle. But Jamel, the thing is about Harbaugh, he seems to have a shelf life. You'll get 3 good years out of Shanahan, and all of a sudden the team, it will be mutiny on the bounty. That's the only thing I worry about him because that's pretty much happened before he left. The guys on the team are getting a little bothered by his constant in their face, even in the locker room, and he'd be at home, and Harbaugh's knocking on the bedroom window. Listen, I want a better game. Are you ready to play football? What? Coach, is that you? Jimmy, back it up a little bit. He's all over him all the time. And what's the Rhino? Oh, what's his name? Anyway, he said, yeah, well, I don't like anybody talk about my coach, but sometimes he can go to places where he probably shouldn't go. Okay, I understand. So, we'll find out. I can't wait to see what happens to the Chargers. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, Jamel, anything else you want to add?
Other than that, I want to wish everybody happy Resurrection Sunday. Remember, he's on the throne. He's alive.
Yes.
And he's still working on our behalf. He loves you, and we love him too. And I will see you guys midweek or Friday.
Amen to all that. As I say, midweek to Friday. All right, fam. Jamel, always great to hear from you.
All right, now.
Hey, how's it going? Everything progressing? With rehab?
Yeah, very well. Yeah. Oh, yeah, still transferring.
All right. Keep it on. All right. Talk to you later, man.
All right, Ronbo. Yep.
Here goes Jamel. Been talking to him for a long time. 49er Brian.
Ronbo, my brother, happy Easter. I hope you didn't eat too much food like I did.
Nah, I always do, Brian. You got unless you got to go to the sofa and do the same number. Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's starting to settle in now. You got that 15-minute window where you're supposed to stop eating and let that food hit you. I went past that. Oh my God, that was 2 hours ago. I'm still there. So
Yep. Pop a couple Tums.
Hey, try to tell yourself to go out and take a walk. Does anybody ever do that?
Oh, I have to after, you betcha. I went up to my uncle's and he had made a big old ham, and man, was it good. Oh, we had some good food. Good time.
I bet he prepared that overnight. I love when people get into cooking and know what they're doing.
My aunt and my uncle are crazy. They do it all day and night before the big dinner, on Sunday, and
they look forward to it.
They just go all out. I don't know how they do it. There's no way I have the time. So.
Oh God! And
what a feast! Man.
You know what's really serious when there's no bakery bread. They baked the biscuits and they did everything on that table. He said, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is that gravy? Oh, just give me a spoonful. That's enough. Yeah. That's enough. Okay, go ahead, put a little more. Yeah, then it's."
And I don't know what my aunt does with this. She makes asparagus and she puts like Parmesan on them. Oh my God, they sound so amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Asparagus is a boring vegetable, but when you put the right sauce on it, it comes alive.
Oh man. Oh, it was great. I've never had such good asparagus, and I hate asparagus, but I ate it.
I know,
my goodness, it was just amazing.
It's all in the sauce. There's no such thing as a vegetable you can hate. I'm not crazy about broccoli, but if you put the right thing on it, it's going to taste good too. But anyway.
Oh yeah. But Ronbo, Can you help me out with like explaining these new kickoff rules and all? I don't get any of this crap.
Okay,
I mean, maybe a dumb Ram fan can explain it to me better. I don't know.
Did they try to?
I doubt it because they're dumb.
All I know, it's going to be pretty much a snap from scrimmage. The ball's going to be placed at a particular point. I haven't went over that rule because I haven't really cared about it that much. All I know is so it says, well, the 49ers need not worry about a kick return, man. They can let Debo or any one of our running backs handle that. And I suspect, it's not going to be Debo. It's not going to be CMC. It's going to be Mason. Mason's got a job.
Wow. And don't they have to kick it to a certain area of the field or they get heavily penalized as well?
Yeah, because they want to make sure that ball stays. Yeah, because they want to stop anything that's going to stop high-impact collisions. Brian, there's a little distortion there. They're going to do everything they can to stop.
Yeah, that wasn't me. I don't know who that was.
Okay, it's going now. Anyway, trying to do everything they can to stop any high-impact collisions. So, yeah. Penalties, can you imagine? There's some other penalties. So the drop hip tackle, that really worries me. That's all that Dre does. He designed that tackle. No more of that. 15
That's going to be hard. That's going to be hard for any linebacker to make a tackle, isn't it?
I would think so.
When you're trying to run a guy down?
Yeah, because usually you got to run him down. How are you going to do but drop the hips?
I don't know. I guess you got to go high on him. I'd like to see the NFL explain how they'd like the players to tackle a guy that's running now, honestly.
But you know what, though? That also, do you know that Debo and George Kittle are going to be a pain in the ass for every team in the NFL?
I didn't think about it that way. Now you're talking. Yeah.
I thought I got mad when I first said, come on, man. Then I says, okay, well, good luck stopping Debo and Kittle. All right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and hopefully we get this tight end from Detroit, huh? Have you heard anything more on that?
It seems like there was some news out earlier yesterday where the status of that is. I think they're the Lions are in their second day, right? Since that deal.
Yeah,
they got 5 days to match.
5 days, right? Yeah. Now, is he somebody we need on our team to back up Kittle, or I don't know why they're going this way.
They want a person that's somewhat near Kittle's ability to take some stress off of Kittle. Warner is not going to get it done, apparently.
No.
We got rid of the guy we've had for years.
Ross Dwelly, yeah, he's gone, right?
Yeah, and Latu, I don't know that they have a lot of faith in Latu just yet. So they went out and got this guy, and they're willing to pay him a pretty good salary, actually, for a tight end that hasn't shown us anything. So he must be pretty good. I didn't pay enough attention to him with the Lions, though, so I don't know.
Neither did I. So I'm kind of wondering why we're going after him for, was it $20 million for 3 years, 2 years?
4 years, 4. What's it? $4 million for? Is that a 3-year contract? Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was pretty pricey.
We're trying to get a legitimate tight end because we want a real threat out there, and apparently the 49ers think he is. I would think for that price.
Well, wouldn't that, if we take this guy, is that going to hurt the Rams? I doubt it. Or excuse me, the Lions.
Probably not, or else they wouldn't have put him out there. The Lions,
right?
I mean, Brian, the Lions. I told you last year I was worried about the Lions. And look at this.
Excuse me. I'm waiting for Don Burr to interrupt me, but he hasn't done it yet. So
Don stretched out from overeating too much. But yeah, the Lions. I was worried about them the year before last. I said I don't want to see the Lions in the playoffs this year. Let somebody else deal with the Lions, and I knew they were coming. And next year,
I think Green Bay is gonna take care of the Lions. I really do. I think Green Bay is a better team than they will be.
And you're absolutely right. And if we don't get on the P's and Q's, Green Bay's going to take care of our ass like they almost did too. They made a couple of stupid mistakes, something like what we do by trying to pass the ball at that point in the game. They had us on our heels, and all of a sudden they went in the air and we picked it off. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that was beautiful.
Thank you. God.
Yeah. And I love the chat that I'm in all of your heads. All you Rams fans and Zerper, you clown. I'm in all your guys' heads rent-free, and I've been loving it all night. You guys will never get to me, ever, just so you know. And all you guys like to do is pick on women. So shut your faces. You're a bunch of cowards.
We're not Cat Saturday.
I don't even care. Ronbo, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get off tangent. I have to call those guys out every once in a while.
Yeah, no. They know better than pick on women. They will be gone since they enjoy coming over here so much. Yeah.
I dare you guys to pick on Nikita or Charisse or any of our girls again. I just dare you. Do it. Do it.
You know how some people like to double up accounts? I'm surprised hasn't come in here and doubled up on one of the women's accounts and trolled them into making a mistake. Although I don't want to put that out
Ronbo,
there.
Look at all these Rams fans you got in here. It's just crazy.
They don't have any place else to go.
Rudy, I think Rudy went out of business. He doesn't have a channel now, so they're all coming over here.
I didn't even know that. We got to go, Brian.
All right.
I'll see you Sunday midweek to Friday.
Love you. Love the family. Back, shout out to Nikita and Michael. You guys all have a great Easter. Tony Wright, Ray Jr., my boy Josh One, Chris Hansen. They're not here, but I'll be here for them. And all you clowns in chat, you know who you are. I'll even wish you chumps a happy Easter or whatever.
Now, there's a bigger man. I love it. Good for you, Brian.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. All right, you guys. You all take care. Have a good night.
Happy Easter, Brian. Have a good night, too. There he goes. 49er fans showing some class. You can learn from Brian Rams. Especially you, Gene D. You're the most rudest individual in all of Seattle. Hey, Casey.
Ronbo, what's shaking, man?
Casey, I would figure Danny Gray's shaking. Ambry Thomas is shaking. We got who else is that I was bothered by? Danny Gray. Oh, Drake Jackson. He's got to be shaking. You know, these guys, they've got to know if you're going to be a 49er, you need to be a 49er by definition, Casey. Did I miss anybody, though? Because I forgot about Ambry. I got that brought up to my attention a few minutes ago.
You really made me laugh when you said 49ers have some mediocre players. Well, they don't really have any mediocre players. Yeah, they do.
We do.
They have a few players in a few spots that they feel that they're in it still.
You know, Burford's not mediocre. Well, no, Burford's mediocre as well. We got the 49ers keep going out and getting offensive linemen. Casey, if you and I were standing next to him when they said, I think we'll pick that kid up in the draft if he goes down to the 5th round, I would. Why? Why, John? Mm-hmm. What for? He looks like ass cheeks here. What's he going to look like in the NFL?
Magical round.
Well, we can fix him. We can mold him. Stop molding people. Get somebody who has at least some upside that you can clearly see, and then draft him. Don't waste a draft pick on that. And they do this every year. At least one or two offensive linemen.
Their philosophy is to focus on defensive players.
It looks that way, doesn't it?
Time and again.
Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah.
But, Ronbo, it snows here in Reno. A few months ago, I slipped in the snow. I slipped 3 times. In about 15 minutes. Yeah, back to back, and I slipped.
Were you walking on foot?
How does Fred? And I thought, Ronbo, how does Fred Warner do this 100 times a year, man?
What?
These guys are tough, Ronbo. They're built for the long run. I'm not worried about Kittle. I'm not worried about Debo. I don't know what Ronbo. I think if the Niners won the Super Bowl, would we be talking about?
No.
Debo's not a baller. Would we be talking about? Kittle needs to. I mean, man, the stat line was not nice to the Niners. But if the Niners got the W, who cares about the stat line, man?
That's true. Me personally, I'm not an anti-Debo
plays
guy.
That came down, the missed kick, the damn Kyle Williams fumble return, fumble. I mean, Jesus, Ronbo. The Niners got to
always like that.
They got to tighten it up, man. It's special teams has not helped the Niners in any of their Super Bowls. Over the last 3 years.
That's right. Ray was on special teams.
So,
dive on the ball, Ray. Dive on it. Just cover the ball. You cannot pick it up and run. Just jump on it, please. No.
I haven't really seen the changes. I haven't really seen the changes to the rules of the kickoff yet either.
I heard vaguely about them. I don't know what's going on with that either. I do know that there's going to snap like a regular snap now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ronbo, in my sports betting, I'm usually betting the overs now.
Yeah? How come? Baseball?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
Just done a lot of my sports betting, Rumbo.
You winning?
I like the overs.
Is it working?
Rumbo, I'm still on top, baby. You better believe I'm winning.
Yeah.
But
baseball's going to be high scoring.
A
lot.
I had a very nice poker session tonight at Silver Legacy, and I'm on my way to do my graveyard shift tonight, Rumbo. I keep it moving.
You're an amazing man.
I get Monday and Tuesday off.
Okay.
My birthday and my payday on Thursday.
All right.
And
turn that into
33 years old, Ronbo. It's a special number, man.
Hey.
If you don't mind me sharing, in a man's body at 18, 33, 42, 56,
prime.
there are energetic upsurges.
Yes, indeed.
And you're matching.
Just keep eating your spinach.
What's up?
Just keep eating your spinach.
I'm sorry, Rumbo. I'm on the bus on the freeway. I can't.
Can't see me. I'm always catching you in transit. Where are you on your way to? Are you going? You're going to work now?
I'm
right?
on the bus. Yeah, man. This is my Sagittarius moon, always on the go, Rumbo.
All right. You mentioned snow earlier.
Emotionally healthy.
Well, that's you know what? If you can do that, everything else will fall into place. It's hard to be emotionally stable.
It takes a lot to really piss me off for more than 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good place to be, isn't it? Right. That means you've got everything in order mentally, yeah.
Thank you, Rumbo. I like to think that I do. The mind can only ever be confused, so I feel like I'm always trying to get better. I'm always doing my best to get better.
Oh, good. You gotta do it's getting worse.
Rumbo, whatever happened to Niner Mike, man? It's been a few years. Is this guy in prison? Is this guy
he disappeared.
Alive?
I've hit him up on Twitter or X a couple of times and got no response. I don't know what happened to him. It kind of worries me, though, because I hope nothing happened to him. Mike seems like so
faithful.
A guy
calls
that
in all the time.
Yeah, but he seems like a guy that could be very fired up and temperamental. I just hope that kind of draws that kind of energy, So I hope nothing happened to him.
Yeah. What's the over/under on Mike in prison right now?
You tell me.
I mean, it's been a long time, man. I'm very concerned. Like, what would stop that guy from calling in?
We find out he's a mob hitman, and they didn't have nothing on me. They had nothing on me. They just got me in here. They had me in here for the fall guy for somebody else. Mike, we believe you. I like his emotions, though. We used to argue like crazy. I used to love to argue with Mike.
I'm so curious, Ronbo. It's been years since he's called in. Like, he wasn't here all last season.
Yeah. And you know how much he feels.
Either, I don't think. I haven't heard him since Purdy came around, man. I'd love to hear what Mike has to say.
And he loves the 49ers, so you're right.
Mike probably loves Brock.
Yeah, I think he would.
If he's alive.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Mike's going to be alive on Sunday, Ronbo.
You sound like Kyle Shanahan now. Case, we got to go, man. I'm going to tell you what. Happy Easter, Casey, if you did that. And your day coming off and your birthday's coming up. Casey, you got to get back in your should we do the birthday song for Casey right now?
Yes, sir.
I think we should in case we don't see you. It's coming. Wednesday's your birthday, right?
Yeah. Y'all Ram fans ain't got no Ronbo sports, man. This is 5 times San Francisco.
It's happy birthday to our man in Reno. Happy Niners birthday, Big Marquis 33. See what I did there? Happy Niners birthday, Big KC. Happy Niners, Casey. Happy birthday, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But 1,000 thank yous, Ronbo.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much,
Anytime
man.
I can make noise, I'm doing. Love it.
Ronbo, I'm pretty sure you even sang my mom happy birthday. I know you sang my dog happy birthday.
Yeah. Hey,
you're the man, bro.
Anybody that's connected to you is a friend of mine. I'm telling you right now. All right?
I'd take a bullet for you, man. You got to have me on one of these FaceTimes over the offseason.
We do. All right. Well, Case, for now, I'll tell you what. Sit back, relax, take a nap, get ready to go to work on the night shift. Talk to you later.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Have a good night, Ronbo.
You too, fam. It was a birthday boy, Casey. And yeah, Cubs. You Okay, Cubs, you're constantly trying to call in. It says for some reason you never get in. You see the phone number down below and a PIN number. All you got to do is dial that and freeze.
I did.
Oh, you did. Is this Cubs?
I did.
Oh,
yeah,
you're here
buddy.
there. Okay. What? Cubs,
Yeah,
hold
I'm
on.
here.
Okay, hold on. We got Justin up here, lined up here now. Oh, Justin is. Oh, you're Justin. Hey, Justin, come on in, man. That's you. Justin, are you a Cubs fan?
How you doing, good sir?
Are you a Cubs fan? Is that why you call
Yes,
yourself
sir,
Cubs?
I am.
All right. Let's see. Here's the thing. Oh, Justin, you being a Cubs fan and a 49er fan, that's brutal. Because the Cubs were just killing it for a while, and all of a sudden they slid away. And then the 49ers are just killing it now, and for some reason keep coming short because football in its uniqueness is a real painful thing to cover because there's not a 4-game winner take all 7-game series. We got to win it in one. Justin,
I would prefer if you didn't send me back to therapy for that. I've already been through this once. I don't want to do it again. But I got my ring. Hey, you know what? 1 million people lived and died, and then the Cubs finally won the World Series.
Yep.
So I was one of the one of many who actually got to experience that. Here's the question that I have for everyone. How do y'all not understand the new kickoff rules?
Yeah, go ahead and run them down.
How is that a question? Okay,
go ahead.
This is you have to visualize it. The kicker kicks off from the 35 like they always have been, right?
Right.
Okay. Right. On the other side of the 50-yard line, on the opposing team's 40 is where the other 10 players line up. On the opposing team's 35, 5 yards ahead of them, is where the defending team lines up. Mm-hmm. And then what we know as the red zone is what's called the landing zone. Mm. And you're allowed to have 2 players back there. So as a return team, 11 people on the field, you've got 9 people on the 35, and you've got 2 returners back there. You can have 2 returners.
2 returners now.
You can. You're allowed. Doesn't mean you have to, but you're allowed. So angular punts or kickoffs towards the sideline. Should they go out of bounds, it's going to go back to the 40 like it always has. Kick out of bounds goes back to the 40. It's always been that way.
Yep.
Or has been that way recently. Okay, so new rules, touchbacks, if it goes out of the back of the end zone, comes out to the 30. They want to make it the 35, but for now it's the 30. So a kick out of bounds or out of the back of the end zone, I should say,
is a bad thing.
Like what we got Jake Moody for, is only going to bring you out to the 30. But still, even then, it's out to the 30. What this does is set up essentially a run play. Mm-hmm. It's a run play. You have 5 yards between offense and defense. What I envision is somebody on kickoff pulling 2 people back like safeties, because if you imagine it, that whole line being lined up on the 40, when the kick is made, nobody can move until the ball touches something. The ball has to touch the ground, a player, something. It has to touch something. Then they can move.
Can't get a running start.
Okay, so
that's the big change, too, for safety. Yeah.
It is. So what's going to happen is the kickoff team is going to peel at least 2 people back, because if you don't, then your kicker is a single high safety. Who wants their kicker, any kicker, to be a single high safety? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? With the guy we got, if it's Mitch, I kind of like that.
Well, I like the idea if it's Mitch too.
Yeah,
oh man, Mitch will get back there. He'll knock somebody down.
Oh, he's one of the best tacklers we got on the team. So, yeah, that's pretty cut and dry.
It's a good free runner.
It's going to take people a little while to get used to that. Did you get any details on the onside kick? Now, does that take that away? That kind of nullifies that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Okay, so to do an onside kick, you have to report it to the officials. The officials report it to the other team. It's pre-planned, so there's no pre-shift motion for an onside kick. Where it really gets funny and what hasn't been talked about yet is how many times have we seen the wind knock off the ball from the kicking team?
Yes, yep.
And somebody had to sit there and hold it.
Yeah.
So now you're going to bring a player from the 40-yard line on the other side of the 50, bring him back to put his little finger on top of the ball so that the kicker can kick it. That's a little dynamic that has not been discussed.
Oh. And I'd love to see what this looks like in real time. I can't wait.
I tried to watch it. I mean, I tried to watch an XFL game so I could see it. I'm sorry, but I couldn't. Their helmets, they look like I couldn't do it.
Like something like the San Diego baseball team. That is the ugliest uniform I've ever seen in my life. I say, are they really going to wear that uniform?
For whatever reason they want to. I don't know why.
That is hard to watch. But anyway, fam, you know what? Listen, players that you've we're going to give Justin a couple of minutes here because he just got to explain the rules about a new thing. Justin, players that you look forward to building up a little bit of trust by looking better coming into camp this year. Who are some of those guys? I mentioned a few. Did you want to add any to those people, or what are you thinking?
Ronald Beal. I want to see Ronald Beal.
All right.
I want to see what he's got. I want to see what the linebackers have, D. Winters. I want to see what he has. I want to see it. Let's go. Right? Braden Willis, tight end, 7th round last year. Let's go. This is your time. The new guy from Detroit, 3 years, $12 million offer sheet as a what was he? He's not a restricted. He was tender.
Yeah, he was an RFA.
He was an undrafted. He was an undrafted player. So the Niners owe him no compensation. The Lions, they owe nothing if he signs the offer sheet. John Lynch, Matt Mayoko came out, said that the way the Niners are treating this is if the Lions will not match it. Okay, Brock Wright, bring it on. Nice tight end. He played half his snaps in line. He is not the blocker that Charlie Warner was, but he is the receiver that Ross Dwelley has been. Yeah. Okay, I'll take that blend. Give me half of that. Give me half of Charlie Warner's defensive blocking prowess and all of Ross Dwelley's pass-catching ability, because Ross Dwelley is he's a barnacle. He just never goes away.
Yeah. I like this.
Always there.
Looks like a big, strong kid too. I'm hoping. I hope he gets because if people have to worry about more than just George Kittle out there. Okay, now that's going to change the whole dynamic of that offense. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm sure the 49ers had that plan.
We got to see it for like 3 weeks with Jordan Reed. When Jordan Reed was on the team for 3 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it was, before he got hurt, we finally got to see it. When you got two tight ends out in pass routes, like the route tree, the way that they would run, and everything that opened up, we finally got to see it. And this kid might actually have it, and we don't have to gamble on if it's Cam Latu, who it's not. I'm sorry. Cam Latu is not it. He is not it. He is not him. But maybe this kid can be. In 3 years, $12 million, I'll take it. Give me a Vernon Davis, Delaney Walker duo.
Oh, it still bothers me. Delaney had to leave. I said, why can't we keep them both?
I know. Ronbo, you're singing to the choir. Oh, my God. I cried like a little schoolgirl. Holy cow.
Jesus.
Delaney Walker and Vernon Davis. That was the best two tight ends we've ever had at the same time.
I think it may be one of the best duos. Oh, God. Oh, they were. What are you going to do?
They were effing stellar. And you couldn't stop them. And then Delaney went and had, 2, 3, 4 good years with was Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh man, it hurt me in my soul.
Delaney became
that's
an
what the Niners are looking for right now.
Yeah,
that's what they're looking for right now.
Because two tight end sets is what Kyle used to be good at. He just can't run them like he wants to now, so he uses a fullback on occasion to substitute that position. But you need Juice does a lot of good things, and I hope he gets utilized a little bit more this year because those catches he made last year, Justin, my God, those were whoa! He just doesn't get used enough.
He doesn't. He gets, there's content creators who will make jokes about him being in motion. All he does is go in motion, run side to side, run side to side. And the fun part of all of it is he is capable of so much more. If they if they gave Juice the opportunity, oh my God, please, Jesus.
And they did a few times
Juice
last
the
year.
Ball.
Oh, and some of those
Not
catches.
Enough. He only had like 17 catches last year, or 17 time touches at all.
We got too many mouths to feed. That's the problem on this team. So that's why I'm saying Danny Gray, it's time to say goodbye. I mean, if he doesn't make a showing this year, that's it.
Danny Gray's done.
Yeah. So
Danny Gray is done. Let's move on from that experiment. BA, I don't know how I feel about BA getting $28 million, but I don't want to lose him.
No, yeah.
I don't want to lose BA.
It's a damned if you do and damned if you don't type of situation. But they mathematically, if we don't have to pay people $75,000 over the limit by accident, we'll probably be okay.
Yeah, Steve did. Steve did, Ronbo.
We gotta go, Justin. I tell you, happy Easter holiday, and I tell you what, I'm gonna look for you midweek. And now I know you're Cubs because I see so many Cubs. How are we gonna get Cubs in there? So anyway, you got in here. You know what you're doing now. I tell you what, I'll see you midweek to next weekend.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Night, fam. And let's slip on down here. Well, it's a big show. So I'm glad you got in tonight because I know how you feel about everything. Show always has a spin in a direction where usually it bothers some people, but I love it. Show.
That's why if you were to run for office one day, Ronbo, you would hire me as your spin master.
Oh God, yes.
Because I'm the spin expert on here.
You'd be the guy that people would quote. And Ronbo Sports' right-hand man, Big Show, came in and made this statement. And we want to know, does that reflect Ronbo and Show or whatever? And pretty soon, like, if Big Show said it, I endorse it. Yes. Trying to get me a big in his boat in trouble.
You just brought me into the point I'm about to make tonight. Yes. As far as Danny Gray goes, I think he's got his bags packed next to his door. And there's already a pink slip on John's desk to hand out to him and access denied to his key card to the building.
So it could be tough. When Danny got hurt, was it by contact or did he just hurt his shoulder somehow? Because I've never heard of a kid. How old was Danny Gray? Was he 22, 23 maybe? Mm-hmm. How does a kid that young get hit and his shoulder hurt all year long? See, as I said, Kyle used to want him to play. There's no way his shoulder's still hurting 10 weeks after he got hurt.
He's not a blocker, I don't think, a very well blocker, and in order to get onto that field, you have to block.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a policy.
He's too tiny for that, and that's an immediate disqualification in this offense. Is if you don't block and do the dirty work, then you're pretty much not going to play.
What's that guy that went over to the Giants?
And we've seen that for 2 years already.
Yeah, what's that receiver that went over for the Giants for us? Oh God,
Richie James.
Richie. That's why Richie never played there. That time he played, we played against Green Bay that night because everybody was COVID sick. Remember, Richie had a great night, and I said, "Why doesn't Richie get to play?" Think about that. From now we know, Richie, you can't block. Shanahan's not gonna let you play if you can't block. He had to let you play. You were the only guy that could play receiver.
And there's actually a receiver in the draft that I think can replace Danny Gray, who does the dirty work, and I'll shoot that to you later on.
Okay.
I have no doubt we're going to be drafting a receiver this year, whether it's regarding we get rid of Aiyuk or not. It sounds to me like there's hostile towards both parties right now, and there's a number that not an agreement to which they can both
they're a standstill. This is a routine.
Yeah, there's a standstill.
The 49ers always do this. They do it every contract.
They do it every year, but this situation is a little bit different.
You think so?
It is. I really think it is. I think Brandon Aiyuk is trying to price himself out of here.
I think so.
He doesn't have a relationship with Kyle. And he loves the 49ers organization, yes. He loves his team. He grew up a fan, yes. But
Kyle gets on his nerves?
If you don't, yeah, I think so.
But he does everything Kyle wants him to do. You know, he's one of the best blocking receivers we got. And Kyle wants to do that. He runs routes. Oh, he runs some routes. I mean, the dude cannot be covered.
It's not a matter of football. It's a matter of personalities that just don't match.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and that's a problem. So
that might be a problem.
And he's trying to price his way out of here. It's clear as day he's trying to do that. I mean,
well, you know,
if they're not agreeing to a price, then
sure. But we talked to Shay Nocho. It didn't sound like he wanted out. It just sounded like if we can't come to terms, and he put his fingers up on the screen and did the walk, right?
Well, of course he wants to stay here, but he wants his money, and if he's not going to get it here, then he'll be happy to walk elsewhere. Like he said, money talks, BS walks. So that's not playing the game. That's for real.
Okay.
That's not playing the game to stay here. That's for real. That's him saying, give me the money or I'm walking.
Well, okay, but where else? He can't walk. 49ers, he's contractually
or
tied.
He can request a trade, and they would probably grant him that request. And
haven't we
if
had
the team
somebody else
gives him a friendly deal, then
yeah, the 49ers aren't going to listen to him want to trade. He said, you know what?
Well, of course they're not going to want to trade, but they have no choice to, Ronbo. We can't keep everybody. You know that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
How are we going to pay Brock? How are we going to pay Lenore? How are we going to play Fred Warner again? How are we going to pay
I'm going to get rid of Drake
Chris
Jackson
McCaffrey?
and Danny Gray and save some money. You know what?
Oh, yeah, that'll save a lot of money.
Players, there's going to be some cap casualties coming up within the next 2 years. Maybe starting this year. You're probably right, Joe, on that, though. We cannot afford to sign all of our blue chip players.
Anyways, Drake Jackson is a huge disappointment. That was a waste of a pick right there. They need to stop with the freaking defensive lineman with their first overall pick. I mean, I'm preparing myself for it.
I am too.
But
they're going to do it.
I agree with him. I think it's going to be an offensive tackle and guard that we desperately need.
Yeah.
But they've shown over the years that they don't value that position in the draft, with the exception of Mike McGlinchey, because we needed a right tackle at the time because Trent Brown
that was not a good idea. And I tell you what, what they're going to say is this.
No.
They're going to say, we didn't see anybody in the draft that was any better than the guys we have in camp.
BS, like Brandon
he said it last year. I said, Mike, God, are you serious? Really?
Look at DeJuan Jones, how well he played. The right tackle from Cleveland. He was right there, and we chose freaking Jake Moody or Campbell to one of the two. I can't remember. Over DeJuan Jones.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. So it's beyond mind-blowing. It really is.
I don't understand how he didn't prioritize his offensive line, because Jimmy Garoppolo would have stayed upright.
Because of that. You know? We lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And Jimmy Garoppolo would have stayed upright the whole time he was here. I have no doubt about that.
At least most
that
of the
time he scrambled out in the Chiefs Week 3 game.
Got blasted.
That was because of our offensive line not doing too well.
Also, the Miami game,
choice.
There was the 13 guys herding around the left side, right side, and tore them up. You know,
are they blind? Like, are they seriously blind? Do they need eye tests or something done or something? Or what's the deal? John usually falls in love, gets those googly eyes for these defensive linemen, because
I just don't get it. I just don't.
Supposedly they win championships, but the last 2 ones we haven't won with our stellar defenses that we had.
Lost
so
exactly for that reason. That's
a myth that defense wins championships. In our case,
but you know what though? Chiefs didn't have any offense to write home about this past year. They won with their defense so show.
Yeah, but we didn't. We were supposed to, because defense wins championships.
I know, right? We
didn't.
Did we have our do we have our better defense this year? Remember, we ranked
and we had stars
way down from last year, the year before last, way down. I mean, I didn't even know we were as bad as we were. We were 20-something in the run defense. I had a feeling, but I just didn't want to believe it. Pass defense, we were up to, I think we were number 5, I think.
And a couple of other areas that need to step up this year is our run defense. You just mentioned it there, and also our special teams. Thank God we got rid of Ray McLeod, because he brought back what's his name?
Kyle Williams.
Kyle Williams Oh my God! That was it all over again.
You feel like,
except in the Super Bowl this time.
I said, wait, where'd you learn to play football? You dive on that ball. You cover it up. You don't want that team to recover that ball and take it from 5-10 yards out. What are you thinking, Ray? Oh God! I after the game I lost it. Emotions went crazy. My God, what did he do?
Wow,
he's gonna pick it up and try to run.
Didn't help any. This is why you need a number 2 running back to take the pressure off of CMC. CMC had a lot of pressure in that Super Bowl, and that's
and he's
why he fumbled.
Pacing too. He's gotten way too many carries.
Yeah. And you didn't use Aiyuk at all in the Super Bowl, and that's another reason why he's pissed and probably wants out of here. You know, i.e. his relationship with Shanahan has gone south.
So this is why I called you in to put that dark cloud of the Grim Reaper all over
the Master Spin Meister.
You got to go, show. Happy Easter.
All right, shout out to everyone. Happy Easter to all of you. All right, take care.
Good night, show. You ever watch a scary movie? I always usually have to, if it's really good, I need to watch a comedy after that. Marketing Pro, that's perfect. That is a comedy show. Marketing Pro. Come on in.
Yo, Ronbo, what it do, man? Yeah, let me take another sip of this Diet Coke real quick.
Yeah, I bet Diet Coke. It's like Rodrigo a little bit in there too, huh?
Hey, first of all, shout out to Ronbo Sports. Thanks for letting the Rams have a little platform, you know what I'm saying? Because our money, we still got to pay for SoFi, you know what I mean? We're a little behind on payments, but it's all good. You know what I mean? We're ghetto fabulous. We still owning that building. And that punk Jim Harbaugh, you don't tell Sean McVay, the sheriff of L.A., to leave that stadium. That was appalling.
Is that right? Wait. Time out. Harbaugh asked you guys to leave?
That's what the word is out there, and I hear a lot of chirping about that. Hey, you're a college coach. You ain't on Sean the Genius McVay's level. You're not a pro coach. So you better stay in your lane, Harbaugh.
Hey, but he's been a pro coach before, though.
You know what I'm saying? But he ain't no McVay. McVay's Bill Walsh reincarnated. You know, he's really an all-time great. He's got a statue. He's in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? And the Rams, they got a dynasty brewing. I mean, you know, I'm just thinking outside the box. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm really telling you right now, we got a dynasty brewing in L.A. We got the pieces there.
You mean Harbaugh? Or are you talking about the Rams?
No, we talking about the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? But right now we got the Great Wall of L.A., Steve Avila. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gets past him. Now we're going to draft some more weapons. We got our picks back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we got a little bit of money back. Hey, we got our money back.
Marketing Pro. Now, if you hear the Rams are trading picks in the draft, are you going to be okay with that?
Oh, no, we ain't doing that this year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know who I want to draft is Jerry Rice's kid. I think he's going to be a superstar. I think he's got it. And I think McVay will draft him. He'll be around, and we're going to take him in the draft pick. That's my pick. Imagine Jerry Rice's kid in Rams gear. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Hey, and the other thing, man, hey, Niner Mike, shout out to Niner Mike. Yeah, where you been, man? You've been missing. Where you at, player?
I know. I do wonder about Mike. He's not on social media either.
Yeah, and the other thing, man, what's that cat? Michael and his daughter Nikita, man, keep your head up. That scrub Montana's got fake profiles. Even that fake Ramilia right now in that chat is not Rudy. Ronbo, you know that.
No, I know that.
So it's him. It's that scrub Montana. He got his heart broken because Trey Lance broke his ankle. And you know, Trey Lance's ankle healed, but young Montana's heart's still broken. You know, he ain't never been over that. So he's been terrorizing the 49er fans as he's trying to pose as a Rams fan.
But I have a feeling he's capable of that. Young Montana's a very bizarre fan. I mean, jumping ship right in front of people that know you is I've never seen anybody do that before, especially in front of people on a chat. Why would you embarrass yourself to that fashion? Do you know what people's opinion of a person that would just suddenly just turncoat bandwagon like that? That is amazing. So,
that dude, if he thinks twice, he's a genius of his family. You know what I'm saying? He's not all red.
Yeah, I got no love for him.
Yeah, I felt bad for that girl, Nikita. Keep your head up. You know, hey, Michael, keep your head up. But, hey, I'm just saying, block the fake Everett, man. That dude is, he's attacking that girl. I guess is traumatizing her. That's not cool, man. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got the small organ syndrome. So I figure, that kind of guy, he's already got enough problems of his own.
Now Ronbo, check this out. Look what Ramilia's writing. Pokemon is a legit. That's how you know it's young Montana. Yeah. He's a Pokemon rapper.
He has nothing else to do. Well, it's like Ellis says,
but hey,
you got to ignore that stuff, and then they have no fire, no fuel for their stupidity. So,
Yeah, and Tony Wright, you're welcome. Sean McVay saved the Falcons. With his genius, his mentoring of Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris is going to be the coach. Is it like an award for a rookie coach? That's what he's going to get. You know what I mean? Because McVay builds up winners. And the fans in the chat, you already know Sean McVay's one of the all-time greats.
Listen, I hate to pour water on your smoking, but listen, you guys have not done well for 2 years in a row. And in that first season after that Super Bowl, you set a new record for bad.
Well, first of all, our offensive line collapsed. You know what I'm saying? We lost too many warriors on the front line. But now we're back. We got the best offensive line in the NFC. We got the best running back in football, Kyron Williams. And we got the best receiver in football, Puka Mania, running wild.
You don't believe that yourself. You know you don't. You know what, though? You do have the most expensive offensive lineman in the game, though, now. You know how much each one of those guys getting paid? How much? A right and left tackle?
Hey, we're going to draft. We're copying the Kansas City Chiefs, if you haven't noticed.
With
what
what?
the Chiefs did after.
Wait. Patrick Mahomes? Who represents Patrick?
Well, Matthew Dime Stafford, I would say, is better than Mahomes. He's an all-time great. Look at the stats. But no, here's what I'm telling you. Here's the formula, player. Listen, what the Rams been quietly doing, what Kyle's been missing to do is build that offensive line. McVay's been building that offensive line, and it started to show in the second half. And this year, oh, man, look out. Hey, Tony Wright, we're going to smoke the Falcons. They're already on the hit list, and you're going to put some respect on Rams Nation.
I'm telling you right now, you need to be careful, man, because the Falcons, they got all they need now. Everybody's going to have to deal with the Falcons. Seriously, I ain't playing.
No, Rams want all the smoke. We got you can't ignore the Matthew Dime Stafford factor. The man's a killer. He's a killer. You don't want to face a healthy Matthew Dime Stafford.
Listen,
he's really scary.
Him and Dak, again, will be back to compete for who can throw the most pick sixes in 2024, and I can't wait. I hope your boy stays healthy. I enjoy it.
Hey, 49er Brian, it's Matthew Dime Stafford. It's not a joke. He's putting some junk in the comment. I just noticed. You know what I mean?
We got to go. But way
Ronbo,
too much.
In a parallel universe, you might be wearing a Rams jacket with a Rams podcast. Just think about that.
I'm not going to find that. I'm not going to find that other part of that part of the universe. All right. Happy Easter. Baby. If there's one Ram fan I do get a kick out of, it might be you. So listen, have a good night and happy Easter. We'll talk later.
Happy Easter, y'all. Rams Nation. Jesus is the Rams fan.
Get out. Get him out. Get him out. All right, hey, and 49 Brian just throw the flag. So that last one up down and throw the flag. What in the world? Tony.
Again, chat, as you all know, before I say that, Ronbo, happy belated Easter Sunday to you and your family, and to you too, Chad. Happy Easter Sunday.
And to you, fam.
Well, Chad, you know that guy was drunk because Raheem Morris was an assistant coach for 5 years in Atlanta before he even went to Inglewood.
Marketing Pro gets wild. That's why
he doesn't know Jack.
That's why he amuses me. Marketing Pro, he starts winding up, and the lies just start flowing, and the science fiction and fantasies. And now, today was one of his best efforts. If Marketing Pro could do stand-up comedy, the dude be serious. My God, he's funny. But most Rams are not funny.
Yes, sir.
So, you know.
Like you said, the comedy. And Ronbo, kudos to you in production for blocking that dweeb, Chrissy, Jim, Kim, Everett.
Yeah.
I told you, Chrissy, just Jim, Kim, you keep being like that, disrespectful, and now look at you now. You can't get in.
You know what? I think we got the right one, too, because he sounded not like the Everett that used to be in a long time ago. You know, young Montana, he's a special piece of work, ain't he? He's really got an issue.
Yeah. He doesn't come in a lot, but when he does, he's a special piece of work.
To wreak havoc, yeah. Get a life, bro.
Hey, Ronbo, in football news, did you know that Danny Gray and Rasheed Rice were teammates at SMU in 2020 and 2021?
Really?
And then Danny Gray went pro.
Wow. And Rasheed is part of an accident? Did they find him yet?
Yeah. I saw the footage. But it was like it wasn't, nobody got hurt. It was two cars racing.
Well, that's what it was about.
Looking for him. He's hot.
Yeah.
He's hot. They got out and ran. One car was a Chevy Corvette, and the other car was a Lamborghini. So who do you guess had the Lamborghini, Ronbo?
Had to be that boy that plays for the Chiefs. That's big. That's playoff. That's Super Bowl money. And I how many times are you guys going to get in trouble for racing cars? That wide receiver I wanted from the Raiders, what are you doing? You're going to race a car right down through
you
Vegas?
talking about Henry Ruggs?
Yes.
Henry Ruggs, yeah.
Wow.
He's doing hard time. Yeah.
You killed somebody.
I'm glad nobody hurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn
I'm glad nobody hurt in this situation. But these guys are just so dumb, Ronbo. And they were talking about that on the Shannon Sharp, Ocho Cinco live stream tonight. He said, well, you get these guys, you know, on this pedestal, and then you give them money to boot, and it's off season. They ain't got nothing to do. I'm like, well, they should have some home training.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say.
Take a vacation.
That's what I was going to say. You know,
Travel, you know what I mean?
A lot of those kids come from broken homes, impoverished conditions, and so when they do get something, they don't really know how to act. And what was that wide receiver from the Minnesota Vikings? He was trying to conduct seminars and the camps of new kids coming into the NFL. Chris Carter, remember that?
Falling asleep in the seminars. Yep.
That was a great effort.
Chris Carter.
You know, come in here and let me talk to you for a second. So, you know,
they wasn't listening. And they got to understand that money doesn't last forever. Invest it. Put a lot of it up. Save a lot of it. Think about your future. And when I say future, I mean future after football.
And
look at Joe Montana. Look at you know how much Jerry Rice's net worth is now, Ronbo?
Can't imagine. What is it?
$240 million. $240 million. Because he invested well. He's got a couple wineries, different things going on.
Didn't he open up who was that opened up the some kind of a shake of some? Was that Jerry? One of our players opened up a smoothie shop of some type. I don't know
who that is.
But you know, this is the
thing. But Joe Montana, right? Steve Young, they're all doing well because they were smart with their money.
You got to have mentors. A lot of those kids don't have mentors. They come in at 21, 22. You know, the worst case is that kid that plays for that team in Tennessee in NBA. That he's on social media.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah,
and he's
around all them thugs.
He's waving a gun.
People are takers, around, but they take.
Pat
you on the back and tape.
Because those of us who wish they could have been in their position, just look at them and say, what the bleep did you do? What the hell is wrong with you?
Yep.
You've got the world right where you want it, and you got to be an idiot. Oh, no.
Yeah. Let's look and see where he is 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Let's see him then.
Be too
and
late.
then it's boo-hoo, poor me. No, I ain't trying to hear it. But Ronbo, the chat has been live tonight. We've been having fun in the chat tonight. Those Ram fans as usual. Talking trash, barking and slow, talking out the side of his neck. Rudy Ramoya, somebody cracked the joke. He said Rudy Ramoya lost his channel and I lost it. That was hilarious.
Did he really? Did
I don't know.
Tony, you guys are being picked to win the NFC South right now. No, there's no more conversation about it. You guys are the cream of the crop in the NFC South, and they're picking you to win it. There are those critics that seem to think Kirk Cousins is going to do a Kirk in the playoffs. But you know what? That's not a policy. He doesn't have to.
No.
So,
No. And I'm not really listening to him picking us, Ronbo, because Tampa still is going to be formidable. I think we're going to blow past New Orleans and Carolina, but it's going to be between us and Tampa. Tampa's still going to be there. They're still going to be pretty good. I'm looking to see what we do on the draft by getting some more defensive players. We are talking to Calais Campbell. I prayed about that. We are talking to him.
Hey,
so we get him to come back.
Yeah, he may be interested in coming back, too, because if he thinks that you guys are at least stable, he might start winning because a piece like Kirk Cousins might inspire him.
Yes, we got 3 former first-rounders on the offensive line. Our second-round pick last year was second all-rookie left guard, Bergeron, who Dallas wanted to take, and he was a projected late first-round pick. And we got Drew Dahlman, Chris Dahlman's son. You remember Chris Dahlman, the guard for the Niners in the 90s? Yep. His son is our starting center. He's improved. Offensive line's good. We got 2 solid running backs from college. We got Drake London. We just traded for Mooney. We just traded for a kid from the Arizona. We're looking good. And plus Kyle Pitts. Your man,
you didn't say anything about my draft crush, man. You guys your team has never been lacking of weaponry on offense for sure. It's always one thing the Falcons always do, and I've been crying about this ever since. God, what was that year that y'all we was in the playoffs and Navarro Bowman, the pick at the stick. Man, I said, how come the Falcons, guys, you go back to the history of the Falcons, they've always had the most awesome offensive weapons. At least 1 or 2 or 3. They never just have one.
My heart was, I never talk about this with you guys, but I'm going to talk about this today. I'm going to go back to the 2012 NFC Championship. Remember, it was us against y'all?
Yep.
We were driving on that last drive.
Yep.
Y'all blitzed. Matt Wright hit him. He threw it to Roddy White, incomplete on 4th and 9.
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez was open on the other side in the end zone. He was wide open. And Matt Ryan threw it to the wrong person. We went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget that.
That's how it always. It's like us this year. We lost, and like you guys against the Patriots. It's always that one play that determined the entire game.
One play.
Yep. And if it doesn't have to be at the end of the game. It could be somewhere in the middle.
Ain't stupid like Seattle. You give it to Marshawn Lynch at the 5, he gets you 4 yards, and then you don't give him the ball again.
No. Marshawn Lynch is not the kind of citizen. Marshawn Lynch is not the kind of citizen we want to have to give all the glory to at the end of the game and call him the MVP. He grabs his crotch when he jumps into the end zone, and that is not acceptable.
Ronbo, like
lost
you
that
said,
game.
Ronbo, look what happened after the Super Bowl. Madison Avenue fell in love with him anyway. He's doing chips and dips commercials and stuff anyway now.
The league loves him. And some of the things he got coined, I'm just here because I don't want to get fined. Saturday Night Live and everybody else takes off with stuff like that. Marshawn Lynch is a comedian. He didn't even, because he's a free spirit and nobody's going to tell him what to do. So, because I'm sure Pete Carroll asked him, Marshawn, can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, what's up, coach? Listen, I appreciate how you work. But when you go into the touchdown situation, is it really necessary to go backwards and grab your crotch as you're going down into the end zone? I don't understand. Because, Pete Carroll and Marshawn Lynch, the generations apart is ridiculous.
Chrissy Jim Kim is back in the chat. And no, Chrissy, I'm not crying. I'm just talking facts. I'm talking history. What is there crying about? We lost. We moved on. Ronbo, let's talk about football news real quick because I know the time's getting short.
Yeah, we're actually
y'all going to draft the receiver.
Go ahead.
I think y'all going to draft the receiver in the second, maybe I say the third round. I know y'all not sure about Danny Gray.
Yeah.
You got the kid from Michigan, played well, Ronnie Bell. I think y'all should give him some more reps. But don't be surprised if y'all draft a receiver.
I do like Ronnie.
A lot of good receivers in the draft.
Yeah, and we always do. The 49ers grab a receiver every year, no matter what. Ronnie Bell, I think there's some things he can be coached into doing better. Because Ronnie Bell is open a lot, and he makes some real circus catches on occasion. This is why I don't see Danny beating him out. So I don't know he ain't beating out Chris Conley. So I don't know who he's going to beat out.
Y'all have more than 1/3. How many picks do y'all got?
10.
You know how y'all selections are?
10. We got half those picks are not going to be. There's no point bringing in 10 kids. They're not going to. Why cut them when you could use them for something else? Use them to get another move up in the draft, or a ball player or something.
What's your situation on corner? You think y'all gonna draft a corner with a second round pick?
And we seem to do that every year too. They just picked up another corner. What's the kid from New Orleans? We just picked him up. It's pretty much assumed that he's going to start. Yeah, he's going to start opposite of Travarius, and pretty much that's already set. And we're going to slide Demo into the slot, and then you got guys like and Ambry Thomas is going to have trouble making this team. But you got Luda Jr. on the other side. And maybe, as you mentioned, a cornerback's going to be drafted. There seems like we got somebody else, too. I don't know how much depth they want at that position, but I think that's already set even now. So we'll see about the draft.
Yeah. I know you want an offensive lineman. There's plenty of wide receivers, offensive linemen, and corners in this year's draft. A lot of good ones.
So there's no excuse.
Stay tuned, because I want another corner.
Yeah. So, you'll get it. Because there's no excuse for getting a defensive tackle, a DE or DT, in the first round, John Lynch. Please. Man.
Right.
Thanks, Justin. Yidium. How do you pronounce Yidium's name? Is that Yidium? Yadium.
What's that?
Y-A.
Yadium.
It is Yadium. Yeah. I think he's got that job sewn up already. Anyway. You were going to ask another question, though. What were you going to ask?
No, just, getting ready for the draft, getting hype. Yeah. I'm doing my research on some of these players coming out, watching the pro days. Oh, what do you think about now? To me, this is Marvin Harrison Sr. all the way, Ronbo. You know how everybody goes to the combine, then they have their pro days? Well, Marvin Harrison Jr. decided he didn't go to the combine. Y'all will see me on pro day.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, on the pro day, he said, I'm not doing the pro day. Y'all just look at the film. It ain't nothing but Marvin Harrison Sr. telling us not to do that.
And I would not draft him because I said, you may be a good ball player, but you got on my nerves.
Red flag.
Right, you got on my nerves already. I don't need that kind of attitude. I really don't. So, yeah, sorry. Yeah. He gets picked up in the fourth round.
Well, the Cardinals going to be the one dealing with him, so.
Yeah, well, that's good. They need that. Yadium. Okay. Thanks, Justin. We got to go, though. Tony, happy Easter to you. I'll see you possibly midweek, but most likely next week, and let's see what develops. All right?
Same to you. Chrissy Jim Kim, Kick Rocks. You don't know shit from Shanola. I'm sorry, Ronbo. From Shanola when it comes to football. You really don't. Back in the chat, I see, but I can't wait till the draft because the Rams are going to F it up. We're all going to get a kick out of it. Y'all going to F it up.
I've already got it figured out.
And McVay couldn't carry the late, great Bill Walsh's jockstrap.
I know.
Heck, he can't carry Kyle Shanahan's jockstrap. Y'all can forget about that.
Marquis Russ will say that. Marquis okay. Tony, have a great night. I'll see you later on in the week.
Same to you, sir. I'll see you Friday or earlier in the week.
For
Take
sure.
care, sir.
Always looking forward to it. Night, Tony. Fam, thank you for the contributions tonight. Always appreciated. Please subscribe. We love you. Please, so we can send you those notifications and you come on in and join us and deal with Marketing Pro. Not Marketing Pro. The rest of those Rams fans, they love us. They love you. Do you think they'd keep coming in here if they didn't like you? Of course they do. They're just unusual people. And fam, please don't forget to like. I can't wait to see you. Hopefully midweek something breaks so we can get in here again. Otherwise, I'll see you Friday. In the meantime, think red and gold, baby. Niner!